In the course of a lifetime, there are pivotal points that can change everything. These moments pass us by in the blink of an eye, but in that instant, the course of our existence changes forever.
Bubblegum's up high, and Bubblegum, oh wait a second, crossbody, oh yes,
No,
yes,
that's a two.
Ladies and gentlemen,
That's a two, Morales kicked out.
For some men, these moments pass them by almost without fully grasping the enormity of what they let slip through their fingers, whilst others wait patiently, plot diligently, and fight fearlessly, waiting for their own moment to finally come.
being a rule stickler and a moaning douchebag can pay dividends. Oh, there's a teenage kick, Dave.
Right. He's taking his head off. He's taking Zack Sabre Jr.'s head off. And
Oh, get in there.
For those who are able to seize the day, the reality begins to dawn that nothing lasts forever, and that the next challenge is already waiting for them, often without mercy or regret. This is where many have fallen short of greatness, for it separates the warriors of true courage and conviction from the meek and mortals. For in their quest for immortality, nothing can stop the chosen from fulfilling their destiny other than an adversary who believes in his right to reign supreme in equal measure.
This is ridiculous.
He has every right to come back out here now. Wait,
Sir Samuels, how dare you trespass on Gilligan's Island? And that is just quite ridiculous, and that is surely got to be dealt with, and I think it has been, and rightly so.
And so the story that has spawned more battles than history can recall rears its head once more in order to crown not a king, but a champion. Tonight, that uncrowned champion takes one step closer in his quest for the gold.
good evening, Nottingham! This is the FWA! And tonight, we are Hotwired! Are you ready for FWA action? It's good to be in Nottingham for Hotwired very, very quickly. Some of you know about it already. There was an incident on Friday night, and I just want to mention this very quickly. A young wrestler by the name of Nick Barley was wrestling on Friday night. He was unfortunately very injured. He's apparently paralysed from the neck down. Well, he is paralysed from the neck down, and our thoughts and prayers are with him and his family right now, and we're going to dedicate tonight's show to that young man. Okay. Now, very, very quickly, we have a special card system in the FWA. When a referee has to warn a wrestler about their actions, he will produce a yellow card. From there, a second and final warning will mean that the referee produces a red card. And from there, a wrestler will be automatically disqualified. Now, in a tag team match, only the wrestler will be disqualified, meaning that he will be eliminated from the bout. And the pile driver is banned in the FWA. But those are the rules. We're ready for action. Nottingham, are we ready for the first bout of the evening?
FWA! FWA! FWA!
Low blow, the use of the ropes by Simmons. Chaos in Brock spawners. Oh my!
Oh, there you go.
When did that become uncovered? The turnbuckle pad uncovered.
Coming on, we see the Boston Crab. Yes, at last we are. What's
Storm,
going on?
Storm got to the ropes. Storm got to the ropes. Simmons has pulled him back into the middle. And now, oh my, look how Simmons is cinching down on that Boston Crab now. Oh my, he's got him. Storm has tapped, and Simmons is through to the semi-finals.
Clean as a whistle in the middle of the ring. Now, Dave Bradshaw, will you admit that this man...
Now, I'm going to go party, and I'm going to concentrate on what I'm here to be, and that's the FWA Flyweight Champion. Did you see my concert this evening? It was possibly the best thing in the whole... You piece of crap! Get him off me! Get him off me! Get him off me! Can I get some help here? Rockstar Spud. Rockstar Spud. Rockstar Spud! Great performance tonight, Rockstar Spud. Great performance tonight. See, I was sleeping, you dick! Who the hell are you? I'm your good mate, Danny D. What do you want? Listen, the Wonder Kid Johnny Storm wants a match with you at Hotwired. What are your thoughts on that? Whoa, whoa. Look, I've said it a million times. Where's the camera? Johnny Storm, I'm done with you. I am done with you. You are not getting another match with me. No way. No one-on-one match, no 15-on-1 match. You are not getting another match with me. Actually, you know what, Johnny? In Nottingham, at Hotwired, you bring yourself a partner, and the Rockstar will bring himself a partner, and if you want to get your hands on me, that's fine, mate. We'll have ourselves a tag team match. Because remember, what a Rockstar wants, a Rockstar gets. And this Rockstar wants a tag match. Me, my partner, you, your partner. Johnny Storm, Spud, opposite sides of the ring. Nottingham, Hotwired. See you later, get out, I am sleeping.
Ladies and gentlemen, the opening contest, it is set for one fall, and it is a tag team attraction. Introducing first...
The FWA is live for the final time in 2009 on a night when 4 will become 2 in the race to be the first ever FWA World Heavyweight Champion. The atmosphere is electric here in Nottingham for Hotwired. Dave Stats Bradshaw here with Greg the Truth Lambert calling the action.
Introducing...
Well, Dave Bradshaw, how appropriate we are, deep in the bowels of Notts County football ground. here in Nottingham for FWA Hotwired, because you're talking about the semi-finals of the World Title Tournament, the FWA World Title Tournament later on this evening. And just like in football, the semi-final stage is so crucial, because if you lose the semi-final, you're one step away from the final. It's the ultimate heartbreak, and it will be for 2 out of our 4 semi-finalists later this evening.
You're looking at CJ Banks and Marty Skirl in the ring. They will be opponents in this tag team match, chosen by the 2 men you're about to meet.
And why have CJ Banks and Marty Skirl come out separately? Where are their tag team partners? I don't understand this, Dave. This doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, I'll get to that in a minute, Greg, but I'm frankly a little bit more concerned about what I'm seeing now.
Oh!
It looks like we're about to see another one of these.
Oh, it is.
And I use the term loosely, musical performances.
You know the phrase, they save the best till last? Well, in the FWA, we do it the opposite way around. We put the best on first. Because Nottingham, you are about to hear the greatest musical performer and wrestling performer of the 21st century. The Rockstar Spud is in the house, and so are the Shades.
I'll take them off. Take them off. I'll tell you, this guy makes John and Edward look like professionals. Hang on.
Who's done that?
Well, it looks like
Oh, it's disgraceful. The Shades are coming off, Bradshaw.
Rockstar Spud's been interrupted, and not for the first time.
Listen, ingrates the wonder kid Johnny Storm.
One of the most respected veterans in the UK, Johnny Storm, the Wonder Kid, is in Nottingham, and Rockstar Spud has scarpered over the crowd barrier, Greg Landon.
Well, this game of one-upmanship that we've seen since the FWA return between the Wonder Kid Johnny Storm and Rockstar Spud continues here in Nottingham. That's clearly why the Rockstar sent his tag team partner for the evening, CJ Banks, out first, so he could have centre stage for a spectacular rock concert. And he'd reckon without the Wonder Kid interrupting it all, dressed like the man from Del Monte.
Man from Del Monte. How can you criticise Storm's dress sense when Rockstar Spud comes out wearing a dead polar bear?
The Rockstar Spud, I tell you, he's fur friendly. That's a possible bit of slander there from you, Dave Bradshaw.
The polar bear probably committed suicide if he heard him sing.
Well, you can dress like the man from Del Monte all you want, but the catchphrase of the man from Del Monte is, the man from Del Monte, he said yes. And I'm going to say yes, 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 yes. Johnny Storm, the Rockstar Spud is going to make you pay for what you just did.
Well, Skirl and Storm are in the ring here, and it looks like Rockstar Spud and CJ Banks a little bit reluctant to get in there.
I think we need to put across here, Dave, this is unusual tag team partnerships here. This is not the norm, certainly not for CJ Banks and for Marty Skirl, who normally team with Joey Hayes and with Zack Sabre Jr., respectively.
Yes, they do. Part of the leaders of the new school and Northern Exposure, 2 of the great tag teams here in the FWA, and they've been having a heck of a rivalry. We're going to see Sabre Jr. and Hayes go one-on-one a little later on tonight in what promises to be a real showcase of some of the best talent, the best young talent here in the UK.
And Johnny Storm has handpicked Marty Skirl as his tag team partner. Well, they do have a lot in common.
Both talented.
Both from Essex. Well, Marty Skirl near Essex.
He's from Cambridgeshire.
That's near Essex. I understand geography.
It's the same half of the country.
It's a few miles down the road, Bradshaw. Don't split hairs. Speaking of hair, you know, when this whole Leaders of the New School versus Northern Exposure feud began, which has been rewriting the form book in tag team wrestling here in the UK, I hasten to add, CJ Banks had the Mohican. Now Marty Skirl's got one. What's been going on?
I think he pulls it off a little better, if you ask me. But
some kind of weird sort of Bruce Banner into Incredible Hulk. metamorphosis been going on here?
Now you've lost me. It took a few minutes this month, but you've lost me. Marty Scurll certainly with an impressive physique. And you wouldn't like him when he's angry, as CJ Banks may be about to find out.
So much history here, Dave, between the four men in the ring. Obviously, we've got the situation between Johnny Storm and Spud, eliminating each other from the... Well, it was Spud eliminating Storm from the FWA Flyweight tournament, and then Storm basically turned the tables in the heavyweight title tournament.
Yeah, both men have knocked each other out of those two respective tournaments on our first two shows of the FWA's rebirth back this summer. Storm tags in, Spud straight out. He doesn't want any part of Storm until he's maybe been beaten down a little. We've seen that before. So yes, to give a little more context, it was after Spud arguably cost Johnny Storm his place in the heavyweight championship tournament as well at Broxbourne last month at Carpe Diem that Storm demanded a match with Spud. Spud initially refusing, and then it looked like he had some kind of epiphany and said he was going to accept a tag team match. Now, I don't know what kind of master plan Spud has got going here, but I'm a little suspicious, to say the least.
Well, he's picked a phenomenal tag team partner in serious CJ Banks, representing the north of England, where I'm from, God's country, and doing so exemplarily.
All right, well, that's not a word, but we'll just move on. Scurll rolls through.
I'll show you the Oxford English Dictionary if you like, you'll find it's in there. Next to a picture of CJ Banks.
Choosing to ignore you, but CJ Banks won't be able to ignore that. A loud noise from that slap to the chest, and Scurll with the high knee. The juice is reeling early on in Nottingham. Scurll having a little fun with his rival from the north.
Well, it's great to see CJ Banks and Marty Scurll pulling out all the stops here in the ring. Last time CJ Banks was in the ring with Marty Scurll in a singles match, CJ Banks was victorious. Last time that CJ Banks was in the ring with Marty Scurll in a tag team match, CJ Banks and his partner Joey Hayes, Northern Exposure, were victorious. Third time's a charm, I would say, Dave, this evening. That's why Rockstar Spud picked CJ Banks as his partner.
Oh, well, Scurll went for another slap on Spud, and Spud blocked the first one. If the left one don't get you, the right one will. But Spud with a kick to the midsection and takes advantage again.
Everything Spud does is so meticulous. Look at the way he has got Marty Scurll in the corner, turning his arm over, manoeuvring him into position for some choice right-hand punches and a beautiful reverse knife-edge chop with the left hand there.
Followed by a vintage chicken walk. Scurll slaps down Spud, and another chop. He's really been laying into that chest of the Rockstar, sends him to the ropes. Scurll sets Spud up and drops him down with the backdrop. Yeah, I'm still trying to think, Scurll goes for a cover, only gets two. I'm still trying to work out what this master plan is of Spud's. Why he's accepted a tag match but wouldn't have a singles match against Storm.
Well, he knows he can't get a fair shake in a singles match against Johnny Storm after Johnny Storm put his feet on the ropes and used them to beat him at Revolution Begins. And like I said, in a tag team match, he's obviously been impressed.
Spud did the exact same thing to Storm at New Frontiers. What?
As I was trying to say, before I was rudely interrupted, Mr. Bradshaw.
You've still got those rose-tinted glasses on or something?
Now the shades have come off, as they do when Spud's theme music is rudely interrupted by the Wonder Kid.
Oh, hang on, look at this. Storm is flying through the air, and Storm lands hard on CJ Banks. That's the kind of high-risk offence that has made Johnny Storm's career this decade here in the UK.
There's no conspiracy theory going on here. Like I said, I'm sure the same for Johnny Storm. Johnny Storm picked Marty Scurll as his partner for the same reason why the Rockstar Spud picked CJ Banks as his partner. Both Storm and Spud have one thing in common: they've been impressed by the intense combat of the feud between the leaders of the new school and Northern Exposure.
Do you want to know what I think? I'll tell you what I think it is with Spud. Scurll, another vicious kick to CJ Banks. Really hard hitting tonight is Scurll. What I think it is that Rockstar Spud is well aware that FWA management would actually be well within their rights to reinstate Storm into that World Heavyweight Championship tournament, or indeed into the Flyweight tournament, after the amount of stunts that Spud has pulled.
Hey, listen, Bradshaw, I'm sorry, I have to cut you off right there. We all know that Johnny Storm was lucky to even be in that match with Andy Simmons at Carpe Diem in the quarterfinal. Well, he nearly never turned up because of it. You know, he picked a cheap car and his car broke down. And then after the match, he had the gall to attack the Rockstar Spud from behind while Spud was doing an interview.
You name me one car in this universe that will work if some idiot in leopard skin tights steals the car battery.
That's never been proven. Slanderous comment number 2, Bradshaw. You like your stats. I'm keeping a note of all your slanderous comments this evening. That's 2.
You're unbelievable. But while we were arguing there, Skirl with a really brutal double foot stomp. Now Spud has Skirl on the outside. Storm is trying to turn referee Steve Linsky around to see what's going on. Skirl, I think, was raking the eyes of Skirl.
I'll tell you why Johnny Storm really has a problem with Spud. It's because Spud keeps beating him. I mean, Spud has beaten both Johnny Storm and his former tag team partner, the Phoenix Jody Fleisch, on numerous occasions. In fact, you know, I'd go so far as to say that
numerous occasions,
and
both decisions were dubious at best.
And at FWA Hotwired in 2005, a long time ago, Spud beat Johnny Storm and Jody Fleisch in a 3-way. I think the main problem that Johnny Storm has with Spud is because he's jealous of Spud. Spud's just like Johnny Storm was, a young buck who's just breaking through and becoming the most talked about, controversial superstar in the FWA, just like Johnny Storm was about 7 years ago. I'd go so far as to say that, you know, Spud's the new wonder kid.
Spud the new wonder kid.
Absolutely.
He's got a way to go yet. Johnny Storm. I mean, you're right. Spud is the talk of the FWA, I'll grant you. But it's hardly because of his high-flying antics. It's because he comes out here and acts like such an idiot every time he comes.
I like the dynamic between serious CJ Banks, the Juice, who is, as I call him, serious CJ, because he's not the most dynamic of individuals in terms of his personality, but he saves his dynamism for the ring, whereas the Rockstar is flamboyant, he's outgoing, he's charismatic. I like the fact that each of this team's weaknesses mirror the other's strengths.
The personality of a wet fish, says CJ Banks. Spud is still applying that.
He's just shy, Dave.
Shy? He's not shy when he's screaming at the fans, is he?
It's because they're always chanting Muppet at him.
Yeah, that's fairly well warranted, I think. Skirl is fighting out of this. He's no Muppet, he's got that never say die attitude that's made the leaders such a successful tag team. Skirl goes to the ropes and Spud with a high kick. Could get him here, got the leg hooked and Skirl able to kick out after 2.
It's 4 of the greatest athletes in British wrestling in the ring right now. Absolutely been very, very impressed with what we've seen so far.
You know, I never finished my point a few minutes ago about this
Well, you're just
master
going on about
plan.
Conspiracy theories, aliens, and you just all sorts of ridiculous nonsense which has no place on a wrestling show.
I don't recall mentioning any of those things. But anyway, what I was going to say is maybe Spud thinks if he can get a win, a clean win, without his foot on the ropes, over Johnny Storm here, then that will maybe eliminate the case for Storm to be reinstated in one of these tournaments, which at the moment, I have to say, is a pretty strong case. Banks, up high, misses the frog splash, that's his trademark move, but Skirl had it well scouted.
Well, the Rockstar Spud is through to the FWA, he's through one of the final 4 in the FWA flyweight title tournament, and I would say the Rockstar is the firm favourite. He's proving it right now.
On what grounds?
You'll see.
Oh, spear by Storm. Look at Storm. Storm wanting a piece of Spud in the worst possible way. Spud's been avoiding him for the whole match. And now the Wonder Kid has got his hands on the Rockstar.
I'll say one thing for Storm. I think Spud has lit a fire under Storm. Storm has got a look in his eyes that I haven't seen in years. Wonder kick.
And now Spud has got an imprint on his chin that he may never have had. Storm, moonsault off the middle rope. Steve Linsky down for the cover, and CJ Banks made the save. Or you've got to think Johnny Storm would finally have got that clean pin on Rockstar Spud.
That was Juice hitting the man from Del Monte. How apropos.
Cute, really cute. Well, what's going on now? I think Spud's going high. CJ Banks is encouraging Spud to climb to the top rope.
This is obviously part of the master plan, Dave.
Doesn't look like Spud's entirely happy with this plan, whatever it is. Oh wait, Storm! Storm with a double arm drag, takes out Spud and takes out the Juice. It's got to be over, it's got to be over! Oh, and Spud narrowly escapes that pin.
What a fantastic rivalry we've seen develop here. I say what, Whoever is at fault for whatever and whoever side you want to take, there's no doubt about it. Johnny Storm and the Rockstar Spuds rivalry is one for the ages here in the FWA. And we're only on the FWA's 4th show back, Dave.
Certainly Spud. There are parallels with him and a young Johnny Storm. As I said, he's got a way to go yet, but Skirl is up high. I think Skirl has tagged himself in, it looks like. Storm, jawbreaker. Here comes Skirl, double knee drop
beautiful.
on the juice.
Well, they may not be regular tag teams, these two teams, but we're seeing some incredible chemistry between them.
Skirl with a high boot to the face.
Beautiful. Come on, Rockstar, man up.
Now Banks is in. It's carnage in here. All 4 men are in. Referee, cover.
Oh, but look, the Rockstar nearly stole him. Well, I say stole, but it was more opportunistic, really. He fell, and he showed the wherewithal, the ring presence to land on Marty Skirl and almost get the 3 count.
Yeah, last month he steals a car battery in it. Today he nearly steals a win.
Freudian slip there, I think, from myself. Doesn't often happen.
Skirl is in now as well. Storm is down in by the ring apron. Here comes Skirl. Double drop kick, takes out both men.
And he landed on his feet, Dave. What athleticism from Marty Skirl.
You've got to be impressed. One of these young bucks here in the FWA who've been making such an impact. Here comes Skirl, here comes Storm, and they fly through the air.
Tremendous.
A double dive through the ropes. And Rockstar Spud and CJ Banks maybe coming to the end of their tag team challenge here.
Well, this is where physical condition comes into play, and all 4 of these wrestlers are in tremendous shape. And the Rockstar Spud's going to need to be if he's going to make a comeback from that. That was perfect synchronicity between Storm and Skirl, but hang on just a minute.
He's gone for the pin. This is how he beat him before with his foot on the ropes, and this time the referee sees it.
Steve Linsky is an experienced referee, and he did indeed spot Spud.
Spud is arguing with the ref.
Oh no!
The see you later!
Oh, see you later.
That's the leader's finishing move. Storm taking a page out of Zack Sabre Jr.'s book, and CJ Banks just in the nick of time makes the save once more.
And that was a particularly devastating see you later. Spud landed right on his immaculately coiffured head.
It's like his hairdryer exploded while he was doing his hair. But Skirl is on the outside. He's beating down on CJ. Here comes Storm with the Wonderwell. Wonderwell from nowhere on Rockstar Spud. Yes! Storm and Skirl.
I don't believe it.
Storm and Skirl beat Spud and Banks. Well, let the speculation be put to rest. Who is the better man between Spud and Storm? We just found out because the Wonder Kid just pinned the Rockstar 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring.
I can't believe that Johnny Storm took a leaf out of the leaders of a new school handbook with the see you later, and a particularly devastating see you later. It wasn't so much the Wonder World that won the match. That see you later. Oh, seriously, the Rockstar Spud could be badly hurt as a result of that move. That was particularly devastating. There was malice in that move from Johnny Storm. Sheer malice. No need for it, Dave.
After what Rockstar Spud has put Storm through in recent times, you can hardly blame him for adding a little bit more oomph to that see you later, and then the Wonder World as well. Nobody, whether you're a rock star or not, gets up from that.
I'm very concerned for the welfare of the Rockstar Spud after that move. The baby Jesus of British wrestling, the greatest performer in British wrestling, the most talked about performer in British wrestling today. That could have been a career shortener there.
Rockstar Spud has been silenced by the Wonder Kid. Spud is in some real difficulty. Like he may be hurt.
And you can pick up actually some classic FWA events here tonight.
Greg,
all right.
Can you see over there? That looks like...
I know exactly who that is, Dave. It's a man I used to manage. It's the bad boy of British wrestling. It's John Ryan.
Well, John Ryan has just arrived. We'd heard he'd bought a front row seat. There's some considerable commotion going on in the front row. Ryan was threatening to come here and get revenge on the man who he claims attacked him and prevented him from taking part in the FWA unsigned Battle Royal last month.
You don't want to mess with John Ryan. Seriously, the bad boy of British wrestling. I know that firsthand.
I mean, I'm as nervous as anyone about him being here.
Okay, I apologise for that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to point out in the front row here tonight, we've got a gentleman by the name of John Ryan who's with us tonight, who many of you know. There was an incident at the last FWA show, Carp Diem, where John Ryan was apparently attacked from behind, and he's with us tonight, and Mr. Ryan wants to continue, obviously, with that investigation. He does have a ticket, but obviously he's here tonight just to enjoy the show. Okay, that's great, okay.
FWA! FWA! FWA!
Director has called for quiet on set. Here's Daryl Lavoie, and here he is. Here's the man himself. Here is the next FWA British Flyweight Champion, the Bollywood Dream. RJ Singh is here in Broxbourne. Look
over here, Robinson. He's up high. Robinson, shooting star press, but no one home. Nobody home.
Impressive looking manoeuvre, but it hit nothing but canvas. Sweet Bollywood Dreams, Bradshaw.
Robinson is out. Singh with the cover and Singh advances.
Jai Ho, RJ Singh is through to the next round of the FWA Flyweight Tournament.
Now, I am going to preview you all my latest Bollywood film.
Here you go, Bradshaw.
So if we can have all the
this should be good.
And everybody, look to the video screen.
You wanted footage, well ask and you shall receive.
Yeah, blink and you'll miss it would be my guess.
Surely you can't put something better than Slam Dog Million.
It's just start.
Shilpa Shetty was weeping that she wasn't offered a part in that one. This can't be right.
Whoa! It's El Ligero! El Ligero is in Broxbourne! Oh my, Ligero he took off the sling! Ligero has taken off the sling! Craig, I think El Ligero has recovered!
Is this now on the big screens?
Craig, did you see that? Is it El Ligero returned next month at Hotwired?
Of course I saw it. Did I see it? Of course I saw it. I can't help but see it. No wonder the director's not happy. No wonder RJ Singh and Daryl Lavoie aren't happy. Absolutely ridiculous that he would spoil that marvellous moment of culture we were all about to experience.
RJ Singh is in shock. El Ligero has shown up uninvited in Broxbourne and ruined the, supposed premiere of RJ Singh's new Bollywood film. But the bigger story here is that El Ligero has recovered and El Ligero will be in action next month at Hotwired. My God, what a big story this is. Ligero in action next month.
What was that, huh? What was that? The lights go out for 2 seconds and you get knocked out.
RJ.
Fold that properly.
RJ, sorry to interrupt. If I could just get a word regarding El Ligero turning up this evening.
El Ligero, pack that properly. El Ligero, you think you can ruin my big moment, the moment where I show the world why I am the greatest flyweight wrestler in this country, why I am India's #1 son, the greatest Bollywood star. He thinks he can ruin my moment. Fold that again. Well, El Ligero, this is for you and all the other flyweights out there. RJ Singh is going to prove once again that he is the greatest flyweight champion. I am going to be the new FWA's flyweight champion because I'm better than El Ligero and I'm better than all the other flyweights because I am the Bollywood dream. I am RJ Singh. Pack it again. Pack it again.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, it is set for one fall, and this is the final FWA FWA Flyweight Championship Tournament Qualifier. Introducing first.
All the way from Jamaica, Darius Coffey with the opportunity of his young career. Tonight, he has the chance to be the fourth and final man to qualify for the FWA Flyweight title round-robin tournament.
Jamaica's #1 bobsleigh wrestler. There's one thing,
there's no one better,
more ridiculous than a Jamaican bobsleigh person. It's a Jamaican bobsleigh wrestler. I suppose it gives you double the chance of getting in the Olympics, if nothing else.
For one of the greatest stars on the UK scene, it has been the longest 6 months of El Liguero's life. But after surgery on an injured shoulder, tonight the Mexican sensation returns.
Unoriginal Ligero, as the Bollywood dream RJ Singh would call him, is back. And you're quite right, Dave. 6 months on the shelf. And that means 6 months is a long time to develop ring rust. And El Ligero has got to prove it all over again in his comeback match this evening.
You know, I may actually shock you here. I might agree with you. I would say 6 months ago...
I'll just make a note of that one as well. Two slanderous comments and one agreement with Greg the Truth Lambert by Dave Bradshaw. Thank you.
Yeah, it doesn't happen very often. What I was going to say, 6 months ago, El Ligero would have been the undoubted favourite in this match. He's, as I say, one of the most popular, most frequently successful wrestlers in the UK. But having had 6 months out, with the momentum that Darius Coffey has been gaining in recent times, this isn't a shoo-in anymore.
I agree. Darius Coffey was very impressive in the unsigned Rumble. Well, until he ran into the absolute killing machine that is Johnny Moss. And Ligero, yes, he without a doubt has got titles all over the UK. But, you know, an injury as serious as the separated shoulder that El Ligero suffered, it doesn't just play havoc with your body, it plays havoc with your mind. And getting back in the ring, just getting back in the ring itself is a big step for Ligero. And now he's got to not only remember all the moves that he used to do, he's got to think constantly, is the shoulder going to pop out again? That'll be preying on the brain.
We need to keep all his attention on Darius Coffey. As you see, Coffey is starting this one strongly, but Ligero, for his part, looks like he hasn't missed a step. Coffey goes to the ropes. Ligero takes him down. Arm drag. And Coffey held on. Arm drag of his own. Leapfrog. This is fast-paced action in the flyweight division. Chest bump and another high five now.
What on earth is going on here, Bradshaw? You know, Darius Coffey, we said it, he's got a great opportunity here. Probably the biggest opportunity of his young career. And he should be going after that injured shoulder. That's what I'd tell him to do if I was in his corner. He should be trying to pull it out of its socket again, not engaging in tomfoolery with El Ligero.
But Darius Coffey, I've been speaking to Darius backstage the last couple of shows. He's been here. A really, really nice young man. He's not going to be the kind of guy who's going to go and attack El Ligero's injury, try and re-injure him to win a wrestling match. However important this match is, he has a little more integrity than you do.
Well, that's why they say that nice guys finish last, just like the Jamaican bobsleigh team in the Winter Olympics.
Ligero getting the crowd on his side. I was talking to the referee about something. I think there seems to be some kind of linguistic problem, although we had heard that Ligero had been learning English recently.
How many times before have we seen a Mexican take on a Jamaican in the British flyweight tournament? Dave, that's surely never happened before. Come on, you must come up with a stat there.
This is indeed the first Jamaican versus Mexican. What is this? Well, Coffey is back in, and he's wearing a... What is he wearing? It's like a... It's a horned mask of his own. He's having trouble seeing out of it by the looks of it.
Do they have Lucha Libre in Kingston?
Kingston on Thames or Kingston, Jamaica? Either way, I think the answer's no. This is a bizarre showdown between, I don't know how to explain this, between Coffey and Ligero. Interesting to gauge the crowd reaction.
This is embarrassing.
The wrestling has been put on hold as this popularity contest between Mexico and Jamaica continues. And Ligero and Coffey now both caught up in the ropes.
Well, is El Ligero going to bring the FWA into a state of embarrassment every time he comes out here, just like he did when he interrupted the Bollywood dream RJ Singh's Bollywood film premiere at Carpe Diem?
Thank goodness. Ligero has crawled into a ball and is rolling around. This maybe will be fun and games at the moment, but eventually only one of these men can go through. One man to be the fourth and final qualifier for that flyweight round robin tournament.
It's a great British and Mexican wrestling movie. Learned that off the great El Hijo de Johnny Santo, or possibly Johnny Sainto.
The son of Johnny Saint, doesn't it mean? I have a Spanish GCSE. Not just a pretty face, but anyway, can't see either face of Ligero and Coffey at the moment.
I'm actually quite disgusted with Darius Coffey, how he is actually losing this opportunity with his... You know, he has an advantage here. He's basically taking on a one-armed man in the proverbial ass-kicking contest, or arse-kicking contest as we are in England, and he's giving away that advantage by wearing a mask.
Look, there's nothing wrong with having a bit of fun in there. You know, Darius Coffey, El Ligero, entertaining the fans. When this gets down to business, as I say, one man and one man only will join Bubblegum, RJ Singh and Rockstar Spud in that flyweight tournament.
But surely, Dave, looking at your ugly mug, you would know how difficult it is to wear a mask.
How do you know? I've been...
let alone wrestling one.
Been getting quite a lot of fan mail recently. More than you, I'd hasten to guess.
There's lots of fan mail that comes in to Power Slam magazine. And speaking of Power Slam magazine, thanks for bringing it up, Dave. It's on sale now from all good news agents. Issue 185, very reasonably priced, and featuring a tremendous full-colour double-page interview done by yours truly, Gregor Truthland, the world's #1 wrestling journalist, with the Road Dog, former Road Dog Jesse James, BG James. Buy it now, it's great. Thanks for doing that, Dave. I appreciate it.
Well, while you were doing your used car salesman bit there was actually a near fall. Power Slam, by all means, a great magazine, but what were they thinking? Employing you.
Cream always rises to the top, Dave, as Darius Coffey has just risen to the top there.
What did Road Dog make of you?
You may see the coffee and cream.
I'm interested. What did Road Dog make of you?
Yeah. He said if he ever came back to the Generation X, he wanted me as the manager. Those are his exact words. We had to cut that out of the interview, though, due to the word count.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. Ligero sends Coffey for the ride. Coffey goes. Coffey moved out of the way. Ligero went knee first, and Coffey, one knee, two knees. Oh. He calls that the cool runnings, and Coffey with the cover. He may beat El Ligero. Oh, and he doesn't, but he nearly did.
Coffey showing a perfect blend of strength and agility there, Dave.
Is that a Coffey gag?
Well, you missed the coffee cream one, so I had to get one in there.
Dear God.
I'll tell you what, Darius Coffey, needs to be capitalising. It's a great opportunity here to take on a man who's not been in the ring for 6 months and beat him and advance in this flyweight tournament. This is the chance of a lifetime for Darius Coffey. He needs to show more urgency, but no.
Well, you're talking about how he's a one-armed man. I haven't seen Ligero tendering that shoulder at all. In fact, that spinning DDT.
It's a C4L. That's what he calls it. He must have hit that one from memory, and it's enough to get him the win, Dave.
Well,
ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match and qualifying for the FWA Flyweight Championship Tournament, El Ligero!
Well, put the rumours to rest. El Ligero is not suffering from any ring rust, as far as I can tell. He has come back in the most emphatic of possible ways to beat Darius Coffey and become the final qualifier for the flyweight tournament.
You're quite right, Dave. So who's that through? Rockstar Spud, Bubblegum, Bollywood Dream RJ Singh and El Ligero. Darius Coffey has been percolated, and El Ligero, basically through memory, he had enough, despite the ring rust, to win that match.
Oh, what's this?
I'll tell you what this is. Jai Ho! It's the Bollywood Dream RJ Singh. There is the director, Dave. The director.
This is... I'm assuming we're about to see RJ Singh, and there he is. Why are they out here? Why are they out here? He's not scheduled to wrestle tonight. What is going on? We've already seen RJ Singh try and get inside the head of El Ligero, try and attack El Ligero. Ligero making his comeback, and as you say, interrupting that Bollywood film premiere that we were apparently about to see at Carpe Diem.
When was the last time you saw an Indian wrestler interrupt a Mexican and a Jamaican match in the British flyweight tournament? That's never happened before either, Dave.
Indeed not, and this is just worry. Singh has a microphone. What does he want? What does he want? Why is he here?
I know how this might look. You see, at Carpe Diem, El Ligero, you interrupted my celebration, so I guess it looks like I'm about to do the same to you. But that's not the case, you see, El Ligero. Between the two of us, I'm the better man.
Considerably.
So I haven't come out here to rain on your parade. In fact, I've come out here to congratulate you.
That's magnanimous from the Bollywood Dream, you must admit.
So why don't you man up and shake my hand?
Why does he have to do this in the middle of the ring? Why can't he do it backstage if he wants to shake his hand? This is suspect, to say the least.
Is he going to use the shoulder injury as an excuse for not showing respect? Once again, showing disrespect for the Bollywood Dream's Indian culture, just like he did at Carpe Diem.
I know your English isn't so great. Perhaps you didn't understand me. Now I said good luck, so shake my hand.
Don't do it, Ligero. Do not do it.
Habla ingleses, do you understand? I said shake my hand.
Does the UK luchador understand? Obviously not, he will now. What an insult this is to the heritage. And wait a second, you can't. There you go.
Oh, Ligero tried to fight back against Singh, and now it's a gang assault. There's Adil Khan with the flag.
Hey, that's a wrap as far as El Ligero is concerned.
Here comes Coffey. Here comes Coffey. Coffey is going to come to the aid of the man who just beat him.
But look at RJ Singh and his cohorts putting the boots to Darius Coffey for daring to stick his nose where it does not belong, because this is all about embarrassment, like I said before, Dave. This is all about what happened at Carpe Diem. RJ Singh does not forget. And when El Ligero refused to shake his hand as well, that just added insult to the previous insult.
Oh, here's Singh. Singh drops Ligero on his face. And he's got the camel clutch. Why is this allowed? Someone get out here and stop this.
This is marvellous. I hope they're filming this for RJ's next Bollywood film. It would be priceless footage. And what's this, Dave?
It's a saw.
Why has the director got a saw?
Well, Ligero's back being contorted. That can't be doing that shoulder any good either. But what?
Is it the final cut for the film, perhaps?
Singh is ordering Adil Khan to... What is he doing? What?
Oh, they wouldn't.
No way!
Oh,
no way!
Oh, yes! This is fantastic, Dave.
They're cutting the horns of
off El Ligero.
They're touching the mask. That would normally be sacrilegious, but I have to say, given the lack of respect that El Ligero's shown for RJ Singh's culture, surely turnabout is fair play, Dave.
Does Singh have no heart whatsoever? A Mexican wrestler's mask is his soul, it is his life, his identity, and RJ Singh has just done surely one of the worst things he could possibly do to El Ligero. This is vile, absolutely disgusting.
Well, you can say that, Dave, but RJ Singh, you can't say El Ligero was not warned. Now wait just a minute. We're going to see Sweet Bollywood Dreams. No, we're not. Coffee's back. Coffee's back and he's made the save. But I was about to say, Bradshaw, an important point is that El Ligero was warned way back at New Frontiers. RJ Singh said he was going to take every bit of originality away from El Ligero, and now he's taken away one of the most original things about Ligero. The horns of the mask, Dave. The horns of the mask.
What is Singh's problem? Why is he so jealous of El Ligero that he has to come out here and desecrate the thing that matters most to him?
And why is Doris Coffey even helping El Ligero? He just knocked you out of the flyweight tournament. That Jamaican bobsleigh losing mentality, I don't know. Or perhaps it's just international relations.
This is... Sorry, I'm absolute shock. Can we just go over what just happened here? RJ Singh...
He cut the horns off the mask, Dave, that's what happened. And it's deserved.
That's not just cutting some horns off a mask on, some wrestling attire. A mask for someone like El Ligero, with the history, the heritage of Mexican wrestling, that is the greatest of insults. What is RJ Singh thinking? This is disgusting. Well, thank God Doris Coffey was here to make the save, but frankly the damage has been done. El Ligero, comes back triumphantly, only to have his horns cut off in a brutal, disgusting assault.
There. All the cartel's fault.
Oh, I hear what you were saying. For goodness.
And what's this?
Now what? This is... That's the cartel's music.
No, they're not here. They can't be here. They're suspended.
Look up high. There's Bubblegum. Crossbody from Bubblegum. Crossbody from Bubblegum. Referee's up to 9. Referee's up to 9 and Bubblegum's in. Bubblegum is in.
No way.
Don't tell me! Bubblegum has beaten Joel Redmond! Dear God, what a moment here in the Broxbourne Civic Hall at Carpe Diem!
Gentlemen, Gilligan Gordon, Joel Redmond, I'm sorry to interrupt. How do you feel after tonight's loss?
How do we feel? How do you think we feel? I suffer a broken nose. We lose a match. He's out of the tournament. Ask me again how you think we feel. We will find out. Who did that with the music? The cartel did it somehow. And in Nottingham, they're gonna suffer. Nobody messes with Gilligan Gordon. And Joel Redmond will make them suffer for doing so. Get out of here!
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest set for one fall. It is a tag team match with the added stipulation that if the cartel win, they will be able to destroy the footage of just whom played their music back in Broxbourne. If the opposing team wins, Gilligan Gordon will have access to that footage. Introducing first, coming to the ring at this time, Ladies and gentlemen, this is the team of Joel Redman and his tag team partner, Sykes.
Joel Redman is convinced, absolutely convinced, that it's the cartel's fault that he is out of the World Heavyweight title tournament. This is about vengeance. This is about a grudge, and it's all it's about.
It's about Gilligan Gordon being extremely angry, and I don't blame him for being angry.
They are one of the most successful tag teams in British wrestling's past 10 years, and they are making their tag team debut in the FWA tonight. Terry Fraser, Shah Samuels, East London Dogs, the Cartel.
Do you know, the more I think about the stipulation for this match, Dave, the more it actually disturbs me. Why on earth, after somebody played the music and Carpe Diem was distracted Joel Redman and caused him to lose to Bubblegum, why on earth does there have to be a match to decide who gets access to the footage? Surely it should be handed over immediately to Gilligan Gordon, the manager of Joel Redman, or at the very least an independent source such as myself, the world's #1 wrestling journalist.
There's certainly a lot of mystery and intrigue surrounding this one. Now, as you saw on the build-up video there, the Cartel's music started playing as Joel Redman was competing against Bubblegum last month in the World Title Tournament. Now, apparently, this was done in error while a documentary was being filmed by, we're told, a respected member of the British wrestling community, and yet, for some reason...
I wasn't filming a documentary. I can absolutely confirm that categorically. It wasn't me.
Well, I think you're ruled out by the description I just gave.
Hardly. Anyway, sorry, you were saying.
I was saying, sorry. Yeah, there was, as I say, this footage had been accidentally played somehow by someone, and we're told that it's someone that the Cartel want to protect. You can't really blame them given how unstable Joel Redman is. If he found out who that was, then I wouldn't like to be that person. Put it that way.
Absolutely. He was raised on a remote farm in Devon, and they don't teach you, they don't teach you to let bygones be bygones in Devon, let me tell you. But you know, I thought originally, I did some investigating as the world's #1 wrestling journalist is prone to do, Dave, and I thought originally it must have been the Cartel who played the music, given the history between the Cartel and Joel Redman and Gilligan Gordon. But, you know, the Cartel were indeed suspended. I'll give the devil their due. They were on a show in Germany. They were not there. It makes you wonder. I mean, clearly the Cartel had something to do with it, but like you say, it's someone they want to protect. Who would that be?
Listen, we've been told categorically by FWA management that it was an error. It was an error by someone involved in filming a documentary. That's why this footage exists.
I don't think it was an error. It's too much of a coincidence. Like you say, I think the Cartel had something to do with it, and I think it's got to be somebody. I don't know. It could be some that's trying to protect someone. It's probably some trainee of the Cartel have possibly been teaching all about jellied eels and pearly kings in the back. You know, someone from jobsinwrestling.com, someone like that. Some loser who's tampered with the audio on purpose to distract Joel Redman and to annoy an already irate, broken-nosed as a result of Shah Samuel's thuggery at Revolution Begins, Gilligan Gordon.
Do you ever think it's ironic that 10 minutes ago you were saying I'm a conspiracy theorist?
Yeah, but this is a real conspiracy.
Oh, okay.
We saw this happen. We know the music played. It's the absolute truth, whole and nothing but. It's a cast iron fact. I was there, you were there, you saw it, and you saw the timing of it. The fact that it happened just at the moment, the crucial point in the match, when Joel Redman was going to put Bubblegum away. You're trying to tell me that's not clearly a conspiracy on behalf of the Cartel.
I'll tell you this, you never ever count Bubblegum out. To say he was moments away from being put away is...
I'll tell you what, he'll get counted out tonight. He'll get counted out, well, he'll either tap out or he'll get counted out at the hands of Andrew Simmons.
Indeed, it will be Bubblegum and Simmons in the first of two semi-finals in the World Title Tournament. That match is next, but... this is still mysterious to me. You see Redman working over Terry Fraser. In comes Sykes. Now, why is Sykes involved in this match? That's another thing that's a mystery.
Well, why not? Well, Sykes is a very proficient wrestler indeed. Originally hailing from Grimsby, now living in Sheffield. very, very respected on the British wrestling scene.
All right, well, here's
not so well respected that he might have caused the music to play, I hasten to add, but still respected nonetheless. Look at that, beautiful flash. Senton, yes, quite.
Chris Roberts, our referee, counts 2. Frazier kicks out. Here's a conspiracy theory for you. Given that, how can I put this? Joel Redmond doesn't have many friends in the world. Maybe Gilligan Gordon is taking advantage of the fact that so many wrestlers in the UK at the moment want to be part of the FWA, even if it means agreeing to team with someone who's, as I said, mentally unstable, frankly, like Joel Redmond, just because you get a place on the main show. They are exploiting that, and that's why they are using Sykes here.
You do realise this is all on tape, what you're saying here, Dave. You know, Joel Redmond is not, you know, he may be raised on a remote farm in Devon, but he's not an unintelligent man, and certainly Gilligan Gordon is the most intelligent man in the FWA, and they will hear what you've had to say. I mean, I understand that in the dressing room, you've been secretly calling Joel Redmond Jolie No Mates, haven't you? That was you, spread that rumour.
Where have you heard that?
I heard it categorically.
It's an outrageous claim.
Sykes is with Joel Redmond because they are birds of a feather. Sykes, that name itself just conjures up, just like Joel Redmond, images of a ruthless man, like one of the greatest villains in English literature history was called Sykes. And I'm sure that Sykes is following in his footsteps.
One of the great... Who is the greatest villain in... You've lost me.
You never read Oliver Twist?
No.
You're round the twist, I know that.
Jolie, no mates, Joel Redmond, excuse me, with the elbow.
I told you, I heard that. Rewind that. I heard him say
that was a slip of the tongue. And Redmond with the cover, hooks the leg, only gets 2.
Well, the Cartel have clearly got a mate. There's no doubt about it. They've got a mate in the back. Clearly from what we saw at Carpe Diem. And I'm glad to see that Joel Redmond and Gilligan Gordon are finally getting an opportunity to get their hands on the Cartel after what's happened in recent shows.
Do you know how this stipulation came about? It's because Gilligan Gordon found out about this footage and threatened to sue the FWA, over a videotape.
He was going to use me as a witness because I was quite happy to go to court and to testify as to what happened.
Oh, so what did you see that no one else in the arena saw? Let's talk about that in a minute. Let's talk about that massive spine buster right now from Samuels as Sykes makes the save and proves his worth in the team, clipping the knee of Shah Samuels.
That was sadistic. That was opportunistic. That was ruthless. This is what I'm saying. This is what Sykes brings to the team. And the fact that Sykes will have had a strategizing session with Gilligan Gordon will just take him to that whole next level. That's what happens when you're part of Gilligan's Island.
Oh, not this again. Please, God. Redmond goes to the outside. We are seeing some good tag team synergy between Sykes and Redmond.
This is the first time the Cartel have teamed in the FWA, I believe. They've only done singles wrestling before now against Joel Redmond, and which they weren't particularly good at, let's face it, looking at the record.
Redmond victorious on both of those matches. He has fought both members of the Cartel, but both victories were questionable. Redmond, since that time, eliminated from the World Heavyweight Tournament, as we said, at the hands of Bubblegum.
The Cartel.
Having knocked out Frazier at New Frontiers.
The Cartel had something to do with it. I'll bet my copy of Power Slam on it, and that's perhaps the most prestigious thing that I could bet on it. And Joel Redmond, because I've spoken to Joel Redmond and Gilligan Gordon, they are convinced the Cartel had something to do with it, and this is why tonight Joel Redmond is going to punish Shah Samuels and Terry Frazier and make them pay for eliminating him from the World Heavyweight Title Tournament.
You're banging your fist on the table, you're so angry about.
Well, you were angry before with El Ligero. I'm allowed to get passionate about the things I care about.
That's not the same thing. Ligero's horns were cut off. This is some...
Redmond was eliminated from the World Title Tournament.
This is some ludicrous witch hunt by Gilligan Gordon and Joel Redmond, and you want to compare it to a man's heart and soul being taken away.
Hang on a minute.
Joel Redmond in
Redmond's
yellow card.
Too far, I think. Yes, he has. Chris Roberts showing Joel Redmond a yellow card. But who can blame Joel Redmond for his anger? We saw the footage before the wrestlers came out here this evening at FWA Hotwired. We saw Redmond hurling chairs around. We saw Gilligan Gordon pulling what little hair he's got left out of his head in sheer frustration about what happened at Carpe Diem. We're talking about sheer anger. We're talking about a man's career. And when you've been raised on a farm in Devon, you don't get many opportunities at the World Heavyweight title. And Redmond had it taken away from him.
What has being from Devon got to do with this? The FWA World Title Tournament has included anyone who is worthy of a place. Redmond, I will admit, very much one of the up-and-coming stars in British wrestling, had his place, he lost.
Look at this.
Why can he not just get over it and move on?
I'm just seeing a picture-perfect figure-4 leg lock here, though, by Joel Redman.
Yeah, assisted by Gilligan Gordon. Look at this referee. Gordon was holding on to Redman's hand for extra leverage. The move is still applied. Samuels.
And you don't think this is perfectly justified because Shah Samuels broke Gilligan Gordon's nose with a punch to the nose.
Samuels is a man of his word. Samuels is a man of his word. He said if Gilligan Gordon got in his business at Revolution Begins, then he would break his nose. That's what he did, and that's what happened. End of story. Oh, Redman goes for the figure 4 again. Small package by Samuels, and only just did Redman escape.
The only thing that Gordon and Redman and Sykes need to be careful about is to don't let your anger get the better of you. You need to show controlled anger. Because if you don't, you could make a mistake like Redman nearly made, and it nearly cost him the match.
One of the well-documented Achilles heels, I guess, of the cartel is that temper that Shah Samuels has that can sometimes get the better of him and do his team more harm than good.
They remind me of the Mitchells and EastEnders, the cartel.
What, Phil and Grant?
No, Peggy and Sam.
Oh dear. You do know this is being recorded. I'll repeat the question you asked to me. I'm sure Shah Samuels could arrange to break someone else's nose. Frazier may break some limbs here as well. He's going up high and he's going to attack Redman. Drop kick. And Redman is, Frazier is in a precarious position on the top rope. Redman is going high. What's he planning? He looks like a possible superplex.
I worry that Redman's trying to do too much in this match. I do worry that his anger is getting the better of him. He needs to use Sykes. He needs to use the fresh man. Redman is a machine, but machines eventually, they run out of steam.
Frazier's up high. This time he'll get him. A double knee drop by Terry Frazier on Joel Redman. Redman rolls to the corner. In comes Sykes.
There you go. There's the viciousness of Sykes right there.
You can see how much by the way Terry Frazier is competing, how much it means to him to be here, to be making his tag team debut in the FWA. These are two guys, the cartel, who grew up together. They trained together. They've toured the world together. And now
they've sold apples at East End markets together.
They probably have. But they are finally making their debut together as a team in the promotion that, let's not forget, in the old FWA, these guys were fans. They were sitting in the front row cheering on their heroes.
Stop, did you see what Shah Samuels did? They just aimed a boot at Gilligan Gordon again.
Gilligan Gordon grabbed his foot, and you know it. That was right in front of us.
Poor Gilligan Gordon, he can't even see his way round. He can't even navigate round Gilligan's Island due to that face mask he's having to wear because of Samuels breaking his nose.
Samuels is threatening to do the same again. Do it, Shah. Do it. Take off the mask. Take off the mask, Shah.
Look at Joel Redman.
No.
Oh, in your face, Bradshaw, in your face, cartel. Redman is being driven through sheer anger to pull off magnificent feats that we've never seen before. What an unbelievable dive. What's going on here?
The bell has rung.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match as a result of a disqualification.
Oh no.
The team of Sykes and Joel Redman.
Well, that clearly means that Sykes is the legal man in the ring. What intelligent strategy by Redman and Gordon. Yeah. Redman sacrificed himself to enable his team to win by count-out, Dave.
We didn't notice, but referee Chris Roberts was administering a 10 count. As you say, Sykes was the legal man along with Samuels, and Redman took out Samuels, meaning he got counted out, and that means the one tape, the one copy of the footage. Stop clapping.
I will clap, that was a genius.
That one copy of that footage goes to Gilligan Gordon and Joel Redman. Well, I don't know who it was the cartel were trying to protect, but, well, I am worried. Whoever it is in serious trouble, because you've got to think in a matter of minutes, Gordon and Redman will know who did this.
Absolutely. What are they doing to Sykes here? What bad losers the cartel are. Look at this pair of Barrow boys.
Frazier and Samuels doing a number on Sykes, and look at Redman. Look at Redman. He doesn't even care. Redman just waving off Sykes. This is exactly what I said. They have used him. As soon as they got what they wanted from Sykes, they have fed him to the wolves.
I disagree. Right, Sykes is taking a bullet for the team. Redmond has now beaten the cartel on 3 occasions, and Redmond did not allow his anger to cloud a quite brilliant piece of strategy, which has enabled Gilligan Gordon to get the last laugh on the cartel.
Ladies and gentlemen, unvictorious this evening, but let's hear it one more time for the cartel!
The cartel, unbelievably, losing via countout on their FWA tag team debut. That was robbery, and the only reason it happened is because Gilligan Gordon, for the umpteenth time in this match, got in the business of Shah Samuels. Whoever it is who was responsible for that audio error in Roxbourne had best to be protected, because Joel Redmond, whoever you are, is coming for you.
Storm got to the ropes. Simmons has pulled him back into the middle, and now, oh my, look how Simmons is cinching down on that Boston Crab now. Oh my, he's got him. Storm has tapped, and Simmons is through to the semi-finals.
Clean as a whistle in the middle of the ring. Now, Dave Bradshaw, will you admit that this man...
Look up high, there's Bubblegum. Crossbody from Bubblegum, and he's taken out Joel Redmond. No, referee's up to 9, and Bubblegum's in. Bubblegum is in.
No way.
Don't tell me! Bubblegum has beaten Joel Redmond!
That is quite preposterous, Dave Bradshaw. That is, I saw what happened there. I'm going to file a report. That is absolutely ridiculous.
I don't really remember meeting you, Bubblegum, but it must have been a great day for you.
Yeah, it was. It was a good day.
It was good, right? So. And come November 29th, Bubblegum, at Hotwired, I'm going to chew you up and spit you out. Just like Bubblegum.
So, Bubblegum, last time we saw you, you were being disrespectfully spat at by Andrew Simmons, and now you're just a short time away from your FWA World Heavyweight title semi-final. But going into that match, how do you feel having been disrespected?
That you just answered it. I feel disrespected. You know, going into this, I was always the underdog. I went through 2 tough challenges with, you know, Big Dave Morales, Joel Redmond, and then I was getting a chance to wrestle, you know, one of my heroes, Andy Simmons. And, you know, people always said, you know, you should never really meet your heroes because he might disappoint you. And to me, I was actually really looking forward to wrestling Andy. But like everyone's seen, and what you saw was, he spat at me. And I'm not taking it anymore. I've always been picked on throughout my career in wrestling, and I'm not going to take it anymore. Because at Hotwired, Andy Simmons is going to be a different ball game, new Bubblegum, and you're going to have your bubble burst.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special guest with us this evening who will act as timekeeper during the next contest. Introducing at this time, one of the all-time greats in professional wrestling. He is known all over the world. He is Britain's own Wildcat, the one, the only, Robbie Brookside!
Robbie Brookside, the Liverpool lad, and a legend in British wrestling, is going to act as timekeeper for this World Heavyweight Championship Tournament semi-final.
I can't believe they've invited Robbie Brookside back with open arms to the FWA. Just like Martin Stone, he was one of the reasons why the FWA went out of business in the first place, interfering in the match that caused the FWA to close down. And yet they invite him back? What are they thinking?
Still wondering why they invited you back.
Ladies and gentlemen, the
I have one more
following
thing to say about
contest is a
Brookside.
singles match
Liverpool
set for
2,
one
Everton
fall,
0.
and this is a semi-final match in the FWA Heavyweight Championship Tournament. Introducing first,
on Bubblegum.
The all-time great Andrew Simmons with his associate Ricky Hype. This is semi-final time, Dave. We're down to 4 in the world title tournament. I'm excited.
You're looking at a man who has spent his entire career being bullied by bigger men in the wrestling ring, and you saw the look in his eyes in that video. Bubblegum said he is not going to take it anymore. This bully, Andrew Simmons, will not stop Bubblegum from fulfilling his dream and becoming the first ever FWA World Heavyweight Champion.
You're just sore because your little underdog Bubblegum got poked out by the all-time great, who is now in the semi-final of the world title tournament. Gonna, just like he said, chew Bubblegum up and spit him out and burst his bubble to boot.
Added dynamic we need to mention before this one gets underway. Bubblegum last weekend suffering an abdominal injury in a match over in the West Midlands. He hasn't actually been medically cleared to compete, although he has been allowed to do so. He's defying medical advice here to take part in this semi-final. Such is the prestige attached.
You should all know who we are.
Quiet, Bradshaw. Ricky Hype is speaking. Believe the hype.
The more you speak, the slower it'll go. Now pipe down. To my right side, this is the all-time great Andrew Simmons.
Are you bowing down?
He's an all-time great, Dave.
Tonight,
of course I'm bowing down.
Bubblegum gets the privilege to wrestle with the all-time great.
You are such a sycophant.
Them's fighting words in Morecambe.
You may think it's a coincidence that you have injured your abdominal muscles. But it's not a coincidence, because Andrew and I have had a premonition for the last 3 weeks leading up to tonight. You see, it was our destiny for the all-time great to become the new heavyweight champion. Mark Sloan, the premonition is because Mark Sloan's van broke down. Johnny Storm injured his back, and Bubblegum has hurt his stomach. So we're going to give you the opportunity tonight to lose gracefully to the all-time great. And we're not going to let Andrew become like Robbie Brookside and be washed up.
Brookside just come back from double knee surgery, by the way, Dave, so washed up is probably true. It's fairly accurate, I would say.
Now, Bubblegum, now I have your attention. Are you sure you want to fight tonight?
I have never been more sure what an answer will be in my life. Bubblegum is not backing down from these two folks.
I'll repeat, are you really sure you want to fight tonight?
Well, nor should he back down, Dave. It's the semi-finals of the world title tournament. What an opportunity for the young man. There shouldn't be any doubt at all. Tear in his stomach or no tear in his stomach.
I only listen to these people. See, I'm sick of being picked on by bigger people. Do you people want to see me kick his ass? So there's your answer.
And Bubblegum is fired up. He is fired up for this semi-final. Hype spitting in the face of Bubblegum. This one underway as Simmons with a cheap shot to get it started. No surprise there. Sends Bubblegum to the ropes. Drops him hard on his back.
And that will also jar that injured stomach. That rectus abdominis tear that we were talking about that Bubblegum suffered in a match just recently. And Simmons, we know, like Ricky Hype was alluding to before, he almost beat him straight away. There was almost a record pin there from Andrew Simmons. We know that Simmons, unlike Darius Coffey, he will capitalise on injury. We saw it with Johnny Storm at Carpe Diem. He meticulously picked apart Johnny Storm's injured lower back until he made him tap out to the Boston Crab. And he will do the same with Bubblegum's stomach problem.
That remains to be seen. Bubblegum has had an incredible route to the final. He's beaten Dave Morales, he's beaten Joel Redmond, but this could be the highest mountain of all to climb. You saw the force with which Simmons just threw him into the corner, and Bubblegum clutching his stomach, clutching that injured abdominal area. You are watching history in the making. We are just 2 steps away from crowning the first ever FWA World Heavyweight Championship. This is the first of 2 semi-finals tonight at Hotwired. Bubblegum fights back with a clothesline and a back elbow. Come on, Bubblegum.
You're watching destiny in the making, Dave Bradshaw. Destiny. The destiny is that Andrew Simmons is going to get to the final of the World Heavyweight title tournament. You believe Andrew Simmons and Ricky Hype, they say they're going to win because it is destiny.
Hang on a minute. Hype just tripped the leg of Bubblegum. Referee Chris Roberts would be perfectly within his rights to send Hype backstage. Hype doesn't have a manager's license. He is a second. That means he is 1 strike and you're out. With a manager, you get this card system, the yellow, the red. It applies equally to the manager and
3
the wrestler.
strikes and you're out for a manager. Quite right.
Hype is not a manager.
Not a manager.
He could be thrown out of here.
Well, it could be like he was at Carpe Diem, which I still feel was slightly unfair. But you know, Andrew Simmons, he likes having Ricky Hype around because, like Andrew Simmons, Ricky Hype is a winner. He won an obscene amount of money on BBC One's Total Wipeout. But he doesn't need Ricky Hype to be there. He proved that against Johnny Storm. And what a victory that was over Johnny Storm. Andrew Simmons has not had enough credit for that win, nor for the fact that it is destiny that he is going to win this match against Bubblegum this evening.
This is what I find the most ridiculous. You heard what Ricky Hype had to say at the start of the match. Well, talking about destiny, well, let's face it, let's look at reality here. Andrew Simmons has at least shaped his own luck a little.
There we go.
Clearly, in my view, tampered with Mark Sloane's car. He was instrumental in cheating to re-injure the lower back of Johnny Storm on his way to that victory. To say he's destined to win this, it's ridiculous.
You deserve your own show on an obscure digital channel, you know, with all these conspiracy theories you keep coming out with. Andrew Simmons simply capitalised on fate. And as I like to say, when the all-time great's concerned, it's not just fate, it's all-time fate.
There are a few men more irritating in the world than Andrew Simmons at the moment. He just has this ridiculous superiority complex. Let's just call it small man syndrome.
Listen, Napoleon was a great leader, Bradshaw, and I can't think of anybody more fitting for a complex to be named after than Napoleon. That's actually if you're trying to say that Andrew Simmons has a Napoleon complex, I actually think that is a compliment to the all-time great.
Did Napoleon wear platform shoes?
He was a great leader, and Andrew Simmons is a leader of men.
Hang on, look behind! Referee, turn round! Hype is attacking Bubblegum! Referee didn't see it. Hype could have been thrown out of here on 2 or 3 occasions already.
1, 2. Oh.
This is Bubblegum fighting for the match of his life, and he is injured and fighting a 2-on-1 situation. This is crazy.
This is the end of Bubblegum's improbable World Heavyweight title run. Controversial victory over Dave Morales. Controversial victory over Joel Redmond. I give him credit. He capitalised on those controversies. But tonight is where it all comes to an end, Dave. Simmons is too good. Simmons has taken, you talked about the abused becoming the abuser, those years of abuse that Simmons suffered at the hands of the Duke of Danger when he was a butler in Hampton Court. He has channeled all that frustration and he has taken it 1 step forward to become the all-time great we know and love today.
Maybe Bubblegum's route to the semi-finals here is destiny. Why isn't that Destiny?
Controversy and Destiny are two entirely different things.
Oh, try telling Andrew Simmons that. Simmons with a kick to the gut. Every move is measured. Look at him. He's just trying to take apart that injury, possibly do some
flip.
serious damage.
He won't have the same ability to pull him down with a sunset flip, though, with a stomach injury. And every move that Bubblegum hits, even hitting that beautiful kick there, he lands on his ribs, he lands on the stomach. Look, he's immediately favouring it, Dave. He's not the same man.
Bubblegum with a flying forearm and...
Is he going for the body press?
He may be. This is how he beat Morales. This is how he beat Redmond as well. And
and he landed right on the stomach, Dave. What a beautiful move by Simmons. Bubblegum had to go for the body press too early because he knows he doesn't have that much time due to the injury. And he went for it too early, definitely. It's like picking a little bit of bubblegum off the floor.
How gullible. How gullible.
How public-minded of
It's Chris
Ricky
Roberts.
Hype.
This is disgusting.
That's just being tidy. There's too many litter bugs here in Nottingham, you know. Ricky Hype setting an example. You know, Andrew Simmons added to a list of great achievements, all those great achievements I've listed on previous FWA shows, with his recent biggest achievement to date. Do you know what that was, Dave?
What?
Ripping up Bubblegum's autograph of him and then throwing it in his face. That is another great achievement, what makes him an all-time great. You know, they say never meet your heroes. That's what Bubblegum said, is that right?
Yeah. You'll see why after he's met Simmons. Bubblegum, as you say, he was a fan back in the day as well in the old FWA. He got autographs of some of the greats, including Simmons, who was, as I said before, very popular at the time. Now he's shown his true colours, and they're not pretty.
Do you know the same thing happened to famous wrestling journalist Bill Apter? He met his hero.
Who was that? Dare I ask?
That would be me, Greg the Truth Lambert. And just like Andrew Simmons did to Bubblegum, I punked out Bill Apter. Only I did it in front of 3,500 people in the Coventry Sky Dome, Dave.
I think we've already established that you're no one's hero. Bubblegum is going high and...
It's a body press. Oh, and he landed, but I don't think he quite timed it right, Bubblegum. I think he landed hard on that stomach. He might actually have hurt himself more than he hurt Simmons and Hype there.
Well, they're over the other side of the ring to where we are. I can't see how Bubblegum has landed, but it can't have been pretty. It looked like a heavy, heavy landing.
I heard a thud, Dave.
Let's not forget, though, it was a crossbody like this to the outside that allowed Bubblegum to beat Joel Redmond. Will lightning strike twice tonight at Hotwired?
You don't think he could possibly beat Simmons back in the ring like he did Redmond? Surely. Oh, I don't believe it. Bubblegum's on his feet, Dave.
Bubblegum's in. Bubblegum's in.
I do not believe this. Surely not.
It's going to happen again. It's going to happen again. And Hype rolled him in.
Well, that is controversial. What is Roberts going to do about that?
Send him out.
I have to admit, I don't know whether that was entirely legal, but Roberts seems happy with the situation.
Now look. Hype is distracting the referee. Simmons is removing that corner pad. Here's more deja vu from Broxbourne. This is how he re-injured Johnny Storm.
I guess there's nothing in the rules. I guess it's not legal if the referee sees the associate on their outside attack the opponent, but putting his hands on his own man, that must be fine, Dave.
Well, Simmons tried to send
I've read
Bubblegum.
the rule book. Simmons got the rule book. It is fine. I'll confirm it.
I was going to say Simmons tried to send Bubblegum in. He's blocked him. Maybe Bubblegum will go for that crossbody, but there's Hype again. Bubblegum again taking too long, perhaps. And yes, Simmons
the power of the all-time great. Look at that. Look at him muscle Bubblegum up. Phenomenal strength from Andrew Simmons. Oh no!
Roll up by Bubblegum. Come on,
not the upset. No way! Oh! Simmons kicks out at the last second, Dave. Bubblegum was nearly in the final there.
Bubblegum was a split second away, and he takes out Hype. Hype has no place being here. He should have been sent back ages ago. And now look, Simmons. Oh my! Simmons drops Bubblegum hard on his back with a side suplex.
That turnbuckle pad is still disconnected. I don't know whether Chris Roberts has seen it. Obviously another draft here in Sports Nottingham, just like there was at Broxbourne Civic Hall that time.
Well, Simmons might... Draft, please. Oh, Bubblegum rolls through!
Oh,
he's going to the final!
Joking.
He's going to the final! No, he's not. Not yet. Come on, Bubblegum. This would be in a career of underdog victories, the biggest of them all, given the injury. Bubblegum, running kick. This time, no.
I don't believe it. He kicked out again. That was the sugar rush kick from Bubblegum.
What heart, what unbelievable desire from the man from Hubba Bubberville.
Population 1. But I tell you what, Dave, if Bubblegum pulls this off, even I will give him credit.
with the injury, with all the adversity he's had to overcome. I can't believe he nearly beat the all-time great on not one, not two, but 3 occasions he got the 2 count, nearly the 3.
Sorry, Greg, I thought he was going for that crossbody again, but Simmons cut him off and Bubblegum is stuck up high. This could be trouble for that abdominal area. One of our ring crew here trying to reattach that turnbuckle pad, that Simmons removed. Bubblegum fighting off the superplex attempt. And Bubblegum.
This reminds me of that. Didn't he do the same thing to Morales and Redmond? He blocked the superplex and he hit the top rope crossbody. Indeed he did.
Oh, he couldn't hold on for the pin. Bubblegum couldn't hold on. Look, he's holding his ribs. If Bubblegum could have made the cover there, if he wasn't injured, he'd be in the final.
The injury has made all the difference, Dave. You're absolutely right. Against Morales and Redmond, he was able to make the cover. He was able, well, against Morales, certainly he was able to score a tainted 3 count, but he got the 3 count nonetheless, but not against Andrew Simmons.
Bubblegum, by competing with this injury, has not only risked his future in this tournament, but in the flyweight tournament. He's the only man to have qualified for both.
Here
and he may be in trouble. Simmons rolls through from Bubblegum again. Oh my! Another near fall.
Straight in the ribs though. Simmons had his wits about him, and this time he manages to get the Boston Crab on. The all-time great is surely just seconds away.
Look at Simmons, he's cinching down. Oh no, and Bubblegum has tapped. Bubblegum has tapped.
Pretty much straight
Simmons,
away, Dave.
Look at how contorted Bubblegum back was. Simmons with an absolutely merciless Boston Crab, and now he's looking to the heavens as if destiny is calling him to the World Heavyweight Championship.
The match as a result of a submission and advancing to the finals, Andrew Simmons.
A truly dramatic.
Get respect just because of your size, just because you have a bad attitude. You have to actually achieve something, actually earn the respect of your peers. As Travis moved out of the way and Malin went into Sticks. Kick to Sticks, DDT to Malin. What a great dual offense from Travis. He goes for the pin, and well, if it wasn't for Sticks, I think Sticks and Malin's unbeaten streak here would have been over.
Project Ego proving themselves an extremely capable team here. Chris Travis impressing me. Chris Travis should do well to stay in the ring though. His partner very much running on the edge with...
Well, there's Kirby.
How about that? Did the referee see that?
Kirby with water.
Yes, he did. There you go.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official has disqualified, therefore eliminated Martin Kirby from this contest.
Chris Roberts saying that's Kirby's 3rd infraction of the rules, and Kirby has been thrown out of here. You know what that means, Greg? Let's move again now. Explain to me how this is any less severe than a pile driver. He dropped him on his head, for goodness sake.
Back of the neck.
Roberts makes the pin. It's academic, of course it is. Knocking Chris Travis out. So this is what I said about Sticks and Malin. They just love to beat people up. Relentless, merciless bullies. And they're going for this move again. You could end a career here, for pity's sake. Here comes Kirby.
That's what you call a fragile ego right there.
Yeah, Sticks and Malin aren't so brave when it's a 2-on-2 situation, are they? I want a rematch against Sticks and Malin, and I promise you, Greg, next time we're here in Broxbourne or wherever these two teams meet, it could be a very different outcome.
That is what's going to happen to everybody. You see that? That's what's going to happen to anyone who gets in the ring with Sticks and Malin. We warned you all to fear us, and you didn't listen, Project Ego. Next time, you're not going to be so stupid.
Chris Travis, Project Ego, you know that for a fact. We did exactly what we said we was going to do, put you on the critical list. And any other teams out there, anybody at all, no matter how big or how small you are, come and step up to us in that ring and we'll put you in critical condition.
Let's get out of it now.
Sticks and Malin are in their own hometown and they are still being booed to high heaven.
Obviously, these Nottingham fans like the 80s, which is why they're probably cheering retro pop. I've been Nottingham Forest were actually quite good in the 80s, Dave, not that you remember.
Yeah, before my time.
The reflex is a lonely child, as Duran Duran once said, and so is Dave Rain.
Duran Duran, they're another ancient rock band that I'm sure you're into. Flying Ryan is waiting for Dave Rain, and I'm looking forward to this developing showdown between these two teams, Retro Pop and the Daredevil Dragons, two of the most exciting teams in the country. Both stars of FWA unsigned, both, I guess, graduating to the main show based on how good their performances have been in those shows.
Absolutely, Dave Rain, I mean, he scored a massive upset by getting to the last 8 of the World Title Tournament. He won a 3-way match at Revolution Begins in singles competition, and Retro Pop also did extremely well at the very first unsigned FWA show back in August, qualifying for a match against Sticks and Malin, which unfortunately they lost quite considerably due to a move which, judging by and some comments made by Paul Malin recently, has become known as the critical condition. That is exactly what Sticks and Malin do to opponents. They put them in critical condition, Dave.
Fine, Ryan goes for a moonsault, and we'll talk more about that move in a second because I still have some serious issues with it. I don't want to harp on about this, but to me, as I said last month, this is nothing more than a pile driver, that move. The pile driver is banned. Dumping someone on their head is banned in the FWA, and yet Sticks and Malin, for some absurd reason, are able to continue delivering that move month after month. Great double team offense. Sam Bailey with the cover on Flying Ryan.
I have a major announcement, Dave. You just reminded me. A major announcement which I have to make. Breaking news here in Sports Nottingham. FWA Hotwired. Do you want to know what it is?
Oh, I can barely contain my excitement.
A massive announcement. Here it comes. The Rockstar Spud is going to be all right. He's going to be all right, Dave. You know, the reason why I made that announcement right in a second is because you're going on about how the critical condition should be banned because Sticks and Malin drop people on their heads, in inverted commas, so to speak. I mean, what about what the Wonder Kid Johnny Storm instigated with the Rockstar Spud earlier this evening with the See You Later? Surely the See You Later should be banned if that's the case. He dropped the Rockstar right on his head, and the Rockstar's been taken to hospital, thankfully only suffering a stinger. He is a singer. A singer suffered a stinger. That was hard to say. But anyway, I want to say the Rockstar, give tremendous credit to him. Not only did he recover amazingly from what could have been a career-threatening move so quickly, he also gave the waiting fans the middle finger as he was loaded into the ambulance. What greatness from the Rockstar Spud.
I have never heard a point take so long to make as that one took you. While that was going on, Shane Spiral and super styling Sam Bailey are having a hell of a contest in the middle of the ring in this 4-way elimination match. In fact, let's just go through the rules of this match. Now, you can tag anyone, your own partner or a different partner, anyone in any of the 4 corners. Once one member of your team is pinned, you are eliminated and sent to the back. That continues until one team is left standing. Those are the rules we're playing by in this 4-way as Sam Bailey attacks Malin.
Is that a tag? What a way of making a tag by super styling there.
Well, Malin's been avoiding the tag as long as he possibly can, and Malin he is such a weasel. I'm sorry.
He's discombobulated is what he is.
He's just the guy who just uses sticks to do all his dirty work. He'll put the boot in when someone's down, but he doesn't want to be tagged in a fair fight, and he was almost eliminated. The undefeated streak nearly came to an end right there.
Well, this is the thing. This is why this match, I think, is slightly unfair, Dave, because, you know, Project Ego, Daredevil Dragons and Retro Pop, they all remember being put on the critical list, being put in critical condition. They're just going to gang up on Sticks and Malin. That's what we're seeing so far.
Nothing wrong with that.
6 on 2.
Those are the rules of the game. Well, if our referee can keep control of these 8 men, there will only be 2 men in the ring at any one time. It's a fair fight by my book.
Sticks and Malin just taking some time to talk strategy, and that's a smart move by the hometown heroes here in Nottingham.
Use the term heroes loosely, I presume.
Now here's a size mismatch right here. Heavyweight House of Pain Sticks versus
Flying
Ryan.
A rookie in his first year of competition, and he's in there against a real powerhouse, as you say. Sticks! There's just a quick example of the power that Sticks can bring in. Look at this. Bailey not intimidated. He wants straight in. He wants a piece of Sticks after what Sticks and his buddy did to Dave Drain.
Perfect example there, like you say, of the fact that any team can tag in and out at any one time. But again, the size advantage is very much with Sticks here.
Bailey, another one of those hot prospects in the UK. He was the champion of Future Shock Wrestling, one of the great training schools here in Britain until very recently.
That's right. Lost the title to, well, amazingly enough, a man who used to be the heavyweight House of Pain Sticks' boss, Alex Shane.
Indeed, former British heavyweight champion.
And he taught so much to Sticks and still teaches him today, and you can just see a lot of Alex Shane's poise and Alex Shane's methodical way of breaking down opponents in the arsenal of Sticks.
Yeah, you can see a lot of Alex Shane's ethical code in Sticks as well. But
have you not read the Show Stealer's Guide to Pro Wrestling? It should be the book of the year. It's essential Christmas reading.
You got a free copy, did you?
I'm a journalist.
You and Shane are big buddies.
I assisted in proofreading it.
Well, Kirby is ducking under the legs. In comes Travis. This is a chance for Travis to get revenge for that concussion. Missile drop kick on Sticks, and he nips up.
Impressive work by Chris Travis, no doubt. Now, can they keep the ego in check this time?
A high knee from Travis. He hit Malin on the way as well. Oh, and Malin drops the rope. Travis to the outside.
Chris Roberts should be on top of that, you know. If he feels that the rules have been broken, then he should have given a yellow card, and he hasn't done.
I've got a lot of time for Chris Roberts, but I think he's already been at the centre of a couple of dubious decisions today. Why on earth Ricky Hype was allowed to stay at ringside for so long in that tournament semi-final earlier is completely beyond me. But
I think he's just giving people the benefit of the doubt. I always said the Welsh were a benevolent race of people.
When have you ever said that? When have you ever said anything nice about anyone who's not from the northwest of England?
I've always said it. Wales isn't far from the northwest, you know. Here we go.
Oh no, wait.
Project Ego in trouble.
It looked like a variation on the critical condition for a minute, but he dropped him hard on his front instead.
That's a dent in the ego right there. I'm impressed with Paul Malin. I'm impressed with how Paul Malin, as the FWA's infancy has gone on from show to show. I feel like he's the more inexperienced member of the team. He's 4 years younger than Sticks. He hasn't been around as long as Sticks has. He certainly wasn't around the first era of the FWA like Sticks was. But I think he's learning. Like Sticks learned from Alex Shane, Paul Malin is learning from Sticks, which means indirectly Paul Malin is learning from Alex Shane, which is what makes them so great.
Sticks is an accomplished tag team wrestler in the old FWA. He was in a tag team with Martin Stone, who we'll see a little later. Won 64% of their matches back then.
I always thought it was 65.
Well, you miscounted. Malin going back to the corner again, letting Sticks do the dirty work. Forearm to the back of Travis, and I'm surprised actually that I'm a little bit surprised they're not aiming for the head again, given what damage they did just 6 weeks ago at Carpe Diem.
It's the back of the neck, Dave. That's why that forearm was beautifully placed in the back of the neck. That is the place they drop the people on the back of the neck with a critical condition.
Oh, and I guess when Travis spent a week in hospital, he spent a week in hospital with a concussion in the back of his neck. Well, that's a
medical science is very mysterious, Dave.
That's a yellow card to Sticks. Now,
the referee
Kirby,
has given
that's how Kirby was actually
to Sticks.
Ring announcer confirming it. That's how Kirby was sent off in those two teams' match at Carpe Diem by spitting water in the face of Sticks. Sticks doing the same, he gets a yellow card.
He doesn't forget, and Sticks is obviously extremely frustrated. Not only the fact that these Nottingham ingrates will not cheer him, even though he's actually from Nottingham, but also the fact that they've been put in this very, very difficult situation by FWA management, taking on 3 teams.
How can you feel sympathy for Sticks and Malin?
I'm telling you, it's a conspiracy, Dave. There's that word again, conspiracy to try and end their undefeated record here in the FWA.
The odds are certainly lengthened on that undefeated streak continuing when you think they've got 3 teams to beat.
They should be given the freedom of Nottingham, in my opinion. They should have a civic reception. And instead they're being treated by this. That was impressive, though.
Look at Ryan with this fire flying. Ryan taking the fight to Malin. I'm so impressed with these Daredevil Dragons. They almost beat Styx and Malin last time these two teams fought. Will they do it tonight? They may do. Ryan, flying Ryan. Thanks a blind tag from Shane Spiral. In he comes.
Oh, look at that move.
Remarkable tandem offense.
These guys are poetry in motion. Oh, they nearly scored the upset. That would have been Styx and Malin eliminated first. That would have been a shocker.
Oh, by the way, you've been crying about this supposed handicap situation. I'm surprised you think that would be a shocker. Malin bailed to the outside and Styx again Styx does Malin's dirty work.
Look at the size of Styx's forearms, his upper arms. This man is absolutely put together, and he can deliver a clothesline with so much more force than a normal man.
Shane Spiral has barely moved since that clothesline.
That might soften him up, possibly.
Oh,
are we about to see it? I think we are, Dave. Now watch this closely. Critical condition. Shane Spiral dropped on the back of his neck.
That's going to be all. Shane Spiral is pinned. The Daredevil Dragons are eliminated after Shane Spiral.
The Dragons have been eliminated.
Shane Spiral dropped on his head. He was holding his head, not the back of his neck.
And did you see the look on Dave Rain's face then when the Daredevil Dragons were eliminated? He looked absolutely disgusted. If ever you needed proof, Dave Rain looked just as upset there as he did when he was told that Spandau Ballet had split up. You know, Dave, clearly there is a conspiracy going on. It's a plan. They've got together in the back, these three teams. They want to try and take Styx and Malin out.
Just sorry not to respond to another one of your ridiculous 80s references. I'm worried about Shane Spiral, who's just been dropped on his head. Bailey unleashing on Malin. Oh, Malin's in there actually fighting someone.
Malin's been in there for virtually the entire match. What match have you been watching?
Call
Paul Malin is fighting his heart out in there. Oh, there's that clothesline again.
He's fighting a man who was standing up, not this someone who'd already been beaten down. Someone call the papers.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I am the papers.
referee has given the red card, the final warning to Styx.
Red card to Styx. Now, under FWA rules, it's a 3 strikes and you're out rule. He's now had 2 strikes. Any more warnings? There won't be a warning. He'll be gone.
I always said the Welsh were a moaning whingebag race of people.
That's more like the Greg Lambert I know.
Well, what's he giving him a red card?
I was worried. I thought he had a fever or something for a minute. Dave Rain trying to get the crowd behind his tag partner, Sam Bailey, as Malin goes in hard with the knee.
I never really quite understand why Sam Bailey has his hair in an afro. Surely that's more 70s than 80s. Maybe they're just trying to cover 2 decades at the same time.
It's retro, still retro. Nothing retro about the in-ring style of Bailey, though. He's real prospect to be a future champion here in the FWA.
The referee has given a yellow card to Malin.
Malin gets a yellow card. These guys are in danger if they're both disqualified. They could cost themselves their undefeated streak.
Oh, they're racking up more yellow cards here than the Notts County football team. Somebody call Sven. Sven would have something to say about this. He's probably in Hooters bar down the road, though. We'll have to get him out of there.
Behave yourself. Sven Goran Eriksson, of course, now heavily involved with Notts County Football Club, where we are pleased to be tonight for Hotwired. You're watching the FWA. This is a fatal 4-way, well, it's an elimination 4-way tag match between 4 of the hottest teams in Britain today. The Daredevil Dragons already eliminated. Now Malin taking the fight to Sam Bailey.
Absolutely, it's already been fatal. It's definitely been a fatal 4-way for the Daredevil Dragons, and I think it will be for Retro Pop shortly too.
Styx tagged back in.
Great teamwork we're seeing here, Dave, from Styx and Malin. You must surely give them credit for that.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, you would think in this kind of match it's beneficial to spend as little time in the ring as you can, but when they're able to deliver a beating, they can't resist.
A red card to Malin, his final warning.
Now Malin's on a red card. Either man, if Styx or Malin breaks the rules again, they'll both be out. Look at this from Bailey. He's taken them both on. Bailey. Oh, no.
Great critical condition that was.
From nowhere, they countered. Bailey is out cold. Bailey is out cold. Sticks with the cover, and it's academic.
Fantastic. They are overcoming the odds here, Dave.
Ladies and gentlemen,
racking up more cards than a Hallmark convention, but even so, they've eliminated 2 teams now. We're down to Sticks and Malin versus Project Ego.
Well, this is where we were last month in Broxbourne. Project Ego against Sticks and Malin, and there is some serious unfinished business between these 2 teams. Sam Bailey is looking groggy at best as he's rolled out of there.
I'll tell you what though, Sticks and Malin, they may have ploughed through both the Daredevil Dragons and Retro Pop, but look at Dave Ray. What's Dave Ray doing? Not the bot. No, I thought we were going to see the Bosch combo. This is not allowed.
They've
We
been
are going to see the
eliminated.
Bosch combo.
Retro Pop have been eliminated. Bailey has been dropped on his head, and Rain is not taking it. Rain has he's already felt that critical condition, and he's had enough. He wants revenge on Sticks and Malin. Finally stopped him from delivering a beatdown on Sticks of all people.
Disgraceful. Dave Rain, it's plain, he has no grounds to complain, and it's about time that Sticks and Malin made him taste critical condition too.
Oh no, don't do this. Don't allow this.
This is perfectly fair. Dave Rain. Oh! Bear in mind how often he was dropped on his neck by Johnny Moss at Carpe Diem. And
Ladies and
just happened again.
gentlemen, Sticks has been disqualified.
Yes! Quite right.
Eliminated for this match.
Dave Rain's the one who interfered, Dave.
Dave Rain interfered, but Sticks dropped him on his head. Sticks dropped Dave Rain on his head, and he had no reason to do so. Absolutely none.
Where's Sven? This is more robbery than when we got knocked out on penalties in the World Cup.
Sticks is out of here, and you know what that means? I said about how what goes around comes around. Last month in Broxbourne, Sticks and Malin delivering a 2-on-1 beating to Chris Travis after Kirby disqualified. And this month, Malin 2-on-1 against Project Ego.
Oh, you're loving this, aren't you? What an ignominious, I say it again, I'll say it for the 3rd time, I mean it so much, an ignominious exit for Sticks. And seriously, I'm going to call the Lord Mayor of Nottingham and get this decision overturned. Sticks deserves so much better in his hometown.
Is there still a Lord Mayor in Nottingham?
Well, there should be.
If there was, if he had any sense of justice, he would agree with the decision that's just been laid down. Sticks is out of here. And, well, Karma has a funny way of coming around. Look at this beatdown. Look at this. Malin in all kinds of trouble. And just for the record, neither Kirby nor Travis have a card to speak of. They are 3 warnings each away from being disqualified. Oh, this is beautiful.
Well, you're loving this, aren't you, Dave Bradshaw? Sticks and Malin fight the odds. They take out the Daredevil Dragons with critical condition. They take out Retro Pop with critical condition. Dave Rain then refuses to actually be a good sport. You know, you're going about how Retro Pop are always play by the rules. We didn't see it there. And all Sticks and Malin did was they put him in critical condition, which was the right thing to do. And now Malin's fighting on his own. And you're loving it. I don't understand you, Bradshaw.
I think Travis has gone to the outside to take out Sticks, I think, and Kirby now is fighting Malin. Kirby goes up high, rolls Sticks through, and a neck breaker from Martin Kirby. Got the cover. Will Project Ego end the streak? Oh no, they won't.
I tell you what, if Malin pulls this off, it's a bigger achievement than when Nottingham Forest won the European Cup.
Forest won the cup twice, in fact. Project Ego will settle for just 1 win against Malin. It's got to be moments away. 2-on-1 here.
Oh, Project Ego, sickening human beings. Look at them. Oh, they're just revelling in this unfair situation.
The referee has given a yellow card to Martin Kirby.
Well, Kirby needs to be careful. He was in there for too long with that double team. Here comes Sticks. Sticks has got a chain. Sticks has a chain. And that's an instant disqualification. No cards involved there.
But Kirby's got a chair.
Oh! Kirby with a well-deserved chair shot to the back of the heavyweight House of Pain. Both these teams are known for occasionally bending the rules, shall we say.
The winners of the match, as a result of a disqualification, Project Ego!
You've got to wonder, what's it going to take
What is it going to take to settle the rivalry between these two teams? We've had 2-on-1 situations, left, right and centre, a disqualification. There is some real bad blood between these two sides.
I can't believe that Sticks and Maitland's undefeated record in the FWA has gone in those controversial circumstances. What did you expect Sticks to do? He saw his partner have been every which way. Chris Roberts was against him, Retro Pop was against him, Project Ego, Daredevil Dragons. What is Sticks meant to do but bring a chain into the ring? What do you expect the man to do?
Oh, well, let me get my violin out. Sticks and Maitland have been disqualified. The streak is indeed over. Sticks sacrificing that undefeated run in order to save his partner from a beatdown that he would have richly deserved. Project Ego, Sticks and Maitland are not through, I promise you that. Well, we've heard such big things about what to expect from these two Northerners. Are we seeing the start of a great run for Project Ego in the FWA? If it is the start, they're going to have to finally put away Sticks and Maitland sometime in the future. Winning streak. 20-month winning streak. A kick to the face from as a senior leader.
No.
This is how they beat them last month. Sabre, go for the pin, Zach. He does. What? I think Tommy Sievers is saying Sabre Jr. is not the legal man.
Oh, that's where being a rule stickler and a moaning whingebag can pay dividends. Oh, there's a teenage kick, Dave.
Oh, my. He's taken his head off. He's taken Zack Sabre Jr.'s head off. And
oh, get in there.
Hayes picks up the win.
Stop crying your heart out, Dave Bradshaw. What a victory for Northern Exposure.
Okay, you've got a match with Zack Sabre Jr. at Hotwired. How are you feeling about that?
You see, at the last FWA show, my tag team partner, CJ Banks, beat you, Marty Scroll. And at FWA Hotwired, I'm going to beat you, Zack Sabre Jr. And not only are we going to prove that we're the best singles wrestlers in FWA, but we are the best tag team. Come on.
Leeds are the new school about having fun, and that's exactly what 2009 has been. You know, it's been an absolute blast for around with Marty this year. Past year, Leaders have become arguably the top tag team in the country. We've won championships, we've gone unbeaten for 14 months. But I'm a big enough man to say that myself and Marty underestimated Northern Exposure at Carpe Diem. But it's a good thing, because now we've won all. Joey Hayes, when you kicked me in the head, you reminded me who I was in the ring with. For November 29th at Hotwired, I'm going to remind you who you're in the ring with. In case you've forgotten, I am Zack Sabre Jr. And long before the Leeds of the New School, I was taking on the best from Japan. I was beating Chris Hero. I was taking Brian Danielson to the limit. I'm the hardest kicker in European wrestling, and Joey Hayes, I know more submissions than you've had bad gimmicks. And when I beat you at Hotwired, it's going to be Leaders, NX, one more time to prove who's really the best tag team in the FWA. And Joey, I've got one last question. How are you going to make a tag if I've broken your arm? I'll see you in Nottingham.
It is now time for the special challenge match. This is a singles contest set for one fall. Introducing first.
Joey Hayes, I tell you what, if Joey Hayes needed inspiration for this match, not that he does, he should just have watched the footage of what Zack Sabre Jr. had to say. Zack Sabre Jr. said he knows more submissions than Joey Hayes, had bad gimmicks, and he said he is the hardest kicker in European wrestling. Well, it was Joey Hayes, Dave Bradshaw, who was kicking Zack Sabre Jr.'s head off with a teenage kick at Carpe Diem from where I'm sitting.
And now, introducing his opponent. Hailing from Canterbury, Kent, also weighing in tonight at 12 stone. This is Zack Sabre Jr.
Great, you can say what you like. The facts speak for themselves, and you heard them straight from the horse's mouth. Zack Sabre Jr. has wrestled all over Europe. He has beaten Chris Hero, taken Bryan Danielson to the limit. He is a hell of a force to be reckoned with, and this is going to be a hell of a North versus South singles match.
I don't disagree with you, Dave. Zack Sabre Jr. has impressive credentials, there's no doubt about it, and I am looking forward to this match. I'll tell you why I'm looking forward to this match, because you're right. It's North versus South. Bragging rights are on the line between two of the very best young stars in British wrestling, and I'm looking for my boy Joey Hayes to make a statement on behalf of the North.
This is more than just a North versus South thing, though. Let's not forget, this is part of an ongoing rivalry between Zack Sabre Jr.'s team, the leaders of the New School, and Hayes' team, Northern Exposure. They are at one win apiece in tag team competition, but after NX won that second match, Hayes said they're not going to have a third match unless Sabre Jr. can beat him in the middle of the ring here at Hotwired. Locking up, Sabre Jr. applies the waist lock, rear waist lock, into a wrist lock from Hayes.
This is going to be a tremendous, excuse me, but a tremendous battle of technical wrestling skills you're going to see here, Dave. And already they're jockeying for position. This match could go a long time, you know. We've seen two tremendously conditioned athletes. We could be talking about a 20, 30, maybe a 40-minute match here.
What's interesting, when I was listening to the ring announcements there, is how well matched these two are. They're both similar age. They both weigh 12 stone today. And they both have kind of come from parallel sort of backgrounds, from different ends of the country. Joey Hayes making his name up in Garage Pro Wrestling in the Northwest.
And in the XWA too. Absolutely.
Sabre Jr. trained down in Kent at Hammerlock Wrestling.
Joey Hayes, without a doubt, has more experience as a tag team. I mean, he formed a very successful tag team in the old FWA and XWA with Declan O'Connor, the Manchester Massive, and now has moved on to form a tag team with CJ Banks as Northern Exposure. Zack Sabre Jr., though, as he alluded to in his footage earlier, he made his name as a singles wrestler. So Zack Sabre Jr., before he became a tag team wrestler, made his name as a singles wrestler. That, you would have thought, would give him the advantage this evening, but psychologically, we talked about it with El Ligero earlier, about him coming back psychologically from a bad shoulder. What kind of effects is it going to have? How is it going to play on Zack Sabre Jr.'s mind, the fact he got kicked in the head and beaten by Joey Hayes?
Well, listen, let's not take away any of Sabre Jr.'s tag team credentials. In the leaders, you're talking about a team who, until NX beat them in Broxbourne, had been unbeaten in any promotion in the UK or indeed around Europe for 14 months. Sabre Jr. is just as good at tag team wrestling as he is at singles, but you're right, both of these guys, great singles wrestlers, especially Sabre Jr., based on his record. This is going to be such a close match, and just an ongoing part of such a competitive, fiercely competitive rivalry.
You have no idea how much Joey Hayes wants to win this match this evening. He realises the importance of this. I've spoken to him at great length about it. We've discussed various different strategies that can be used to counter some of Zack Sabre Jr.'s more formidable moves. And Joey Hayes realises that this is a chance for him tonight to, you know, not only, this actually transcends the rivalry between the leaders and NX. He can make a really big statement and actually propel himself into singles title contention here in the FWA if he beats Zack Sabre Jr.
Well, Saber's going for that cross arm breaker. Saber goes for the arm breaker.
We talked about this. That's it.
Hayes wriggling as fast as he possibly could. That bottom rope.
Use those long legs that God gave you, Joey. That's what we were talking about, getting to the ropes if he tries to put on that lethal cross arm breaker.
If Saber had managed to hyperextend that elbow, Hayes would have had nowhere to go. He would have had to tap. You can see Saber Jr. continuing to soften up that left arm. You can tell what he's thinking. He wants to get a tap-out win.
Do you think Zack Sabre Jr. made a mistake, Dave, when he admitted that he and Marty Squirrel, or whatever his name is, Marty Skrull and Zack Sabre Jr. took Northern Exposure lightly at Carpe Diem? Do you think that's a psychological error to admit weakness to your foe?
I don't know. I mean, undoubtedly they did underestimate them. I mean, the leaders of the new school clearly dominated the first tag match between these two teams, and it wasn't the case in Broxbourne, but regardless of whether it was an error to admit it, I promise you this, Sabre Jr. is not underestimating Joey Hayes here tonight.
That was one of the most serious interviews I've ever seen Zack Sabre Jr. do. I'll give you that, absolutely. The way he booted the camera as well, no doubt causing thousands of pounds worth of damage. I hope that the poor cameraman sent him a bill, but anyway, that's beside the point. At least it showed aggression and intensity on behalf of Zack Sabre Jr. You're right, I don't think he's going to take Joey Hayes lightly tonight.
No, he won't after that. Double stomp to the gut from Joey Hayes. Hayes will go for the cover. He's just seen how badly hurt Sabre Jr. is and only just escaped.
I'll tell you what I do take issue with, though, with Zack Sabre Jr. You know, he was talking about his career with the leaders. He said it was a blast. That's not how you say the word. Up north, you say blast, not blast. Speak the Queen's English, Sabre Jr.
I think the Queen would say blast, wouldn't she? She's a Londoner. Hayes with the cover again. He's pushing that forearm into the face, adding to the pain to Sabre Jr. And to a point, you are right again to a certain degree. I'll give you that. Sabre Jr. had been, I guess, living the dream, if you want to call it that, with Marty Skrull for 14 months, and he was rudely awakened with that kick that ended that winning streak.
He was rudely awakened there with that snap suplex from Joey Hayes too.
You know, beneath the fun and games that Sabre Jr. has had in this, what's been the year of his life, touring around with Marty Skrull as the leaders of the new school, something has been awakened in him with this rivalry with Hayes and with Banks. The competitive edge that's made Sabre Jr. one of the rising stars. In fact, he won a Rising Star award at the 2008 Independent Wrestling Awards.
You know, for a veteran of British wrestling like myself, Dave, it is invigorating to be around young talent, young hungry talent like Joey Hayes and CJ Banks. And, you know, Joey deserves so much more credit for his abilities. He's only 23. I know Sabre Jr. is only 22, but Joey Hayes, at 23 years old, he really does have the wrestling world at his educated feet.
Look at you can hear him from here. Hayes is taunting Sabre Jr. as he picks him up. These two they really don't like each other.
No. That's because they know, for the next 20 years, these two guys are going to be at the pinnacle of British wrestling, and we're going to see this.
Saber's
going
to
again. He gets to the ropes. There you go.
The ropes. Unfortunately, the way they rolled through, Hayes was too near the ropes for Sabre to be able to lock that hold in. That's the second time he's gone for the cross arm breaker. All it's going to take is a couple of seconds. You've got to think if that elbow does get pushed straight, and Hayes would have to tap, or his arm would be broken. That's what Sabre Jr. threatened. He said to Hayes in no uncertain terms in that video, how are you going to make a tag with a broken arm? And that, talk about things that are playing on people's minds, that may well be playing on Hayes' mind.
I'll tell you what's preying on Zack Sabre Jr.'s mind right here. I tell you, it's that teenage kid. And just before, we saw Joey Hayes booting with Wayne Rooney-like precision Zack Sabre Jr. square between the shoulder blades. And that was just a reminder from Joey Hayes, a reminder of the power that he possesses in his boots.
Just as you were saying that, he was pushing his boot into the side of Sabre Jr.'s face in the corner. I wonder if that's some mind games, reminding him that's exactly where he hit him with the teenage kick last month.
Joey's in control here, Dave. Joey knows exactly what he's doing.
Oh, he's not now. Sabre got the drop kick. Hayes went down.
He didn't get as much force into that drop kick, though. I think because Joey softened him, the hardest kicker in European wrestling, self-proclaimed. wasn't able to quite time that as well as he might have done, and he only just caught him with, I reckon, the toes possibly to the chest. It didn't have you can see Joey's up straight away. It didn't have the kind of impact that Zack Sabre Jr. wanted.
Sabre holding on. Hayes is trying to send him to the ropes. This time he gets it, had to grab some added force. Ducks down. Leapfrog attempt. This time he got the drop kick.
That was better.
And there's one of those kicks.
So was that.
Look at those kicks. Look at those kicks and tell me that's not the hardest kicker in European wrestling. What's he planning here? Sabre, dragon suplex, arches the back. Hayes' shoulders are down. Not for long enough. Not for long enough.
Textbook execution by Zack Sabre Jr. Very impressive. Oh, look at that one.
Who is better? Who is better at kicking?
That was a 30-yarder right there.
Oh, he's got it again.
Oh,
He's got it again. Sabre Jr. with the cross arm breaker. And once more, Joey Hayes made it to the bottom rope. He is hanging on by the skin of his teeth, is Hayes, whenever Sabre Jr. goes for that hold.
The match now moving on past the 10-minute mark, and Zack Sabre Jr. just starting to breathe a little heavily.
Both men extremely well conditioned, but such has been the high tempo of this match, the hard-hitting nature of it. There's a kick from Hayes.
Those kicks from Joey Hayes, Dave.
Hayes is mocking. He shouldn't have done. He shouldn't, because
that's
Sabre.
the breaker again. No,
it's the fourth time he's gone for it. The fourth time Hayes has made the ropes.
Joey showing great ring presence. He needs to remember that whenever he hooks in for the cross arm breaker, keep yourself by the ropes, Joey. It's what we talked about. And then just wait for that moment to hit one of your impressive plethora of moves. The G.I. Joe, the JKO, the teenage kick. Oh, that was a tremendous kick of Zack Sabre Jr.'s.
Hayes is reeling. Sabre up high. This time he misses the kick.
Joey Hayes on the north, feeling supersonic right now.
Moments before that, the neck breaker from Hayes. I was going to say moments before, Sabre was working on that left arm again. He's clearly got a strategy for how he wants to win this. He may lose it here, but he doesn't. Gets out at 2.
Well, we talked about some of the things that Joey Hayes has before the match. When I talked to Joey, we talked about a couple of things he's done in the match. Keep by the ropes if Zack Sabre Jr. tries to put the cross arm lock on you. If he goes for a kick, try and duck it, try and dodge, try and cover up, and go to work on the arm as much as possible, because that will lessen the effectiveness of the cross arm breaker.
Holds him high and then snaps back with the suplex. Does Hayes. Hayes goes for the cover, got the leg hook. Will this be all?
No, it isn't.
It's close. That was not exactly an emphatic escape from that pin. Sabre just getting the right shoulder up.
Have you ever met Zack Sabre Sr., by the way?
I haven't. I wonder if he can kick as hard as his son. Must have learned this stuff from somewhere. Sabre is an expert at these martial arts style kicks, but wait, Hayes is lining something up. He's going for the kick. He went for the teenage kick. Sabre, backslide. Hayes' shoulders down. Hayes' shoulders are down.
Well, obviously, Zack Sabre Jr. has scouted Joey Hayes as effectively as Joey Hayes has scouted Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh, counter on the pin attempt. And this time, Sabre rolls through. He's got the pin and they escape.
This is great wrestling, this, Dave.
Crucifix now. Sabre again gets the shoulders down. Hayes going to the corner. Kick his head.
Teenage kick. Right through the night, Dave.
He's knocked him out. I think he's knocked him out. Sabre just rolling almost with the momentum of the move. Just took him to the outside. He's either out cold or he doesn't know where he is. Hayes can win it here. Hayes can win this by count out.
I think we're going to see lightning strike twice here. Bradshaw, Joey Hayes. No, what's he doing? Joey, this is not a smart move. Now, we didn't discuss this one.
Well, Hayes could have won this by count out. I think he clearly wants to win this in the ring.
You take the win any way you can.
He's picking up.
Joel Redmond and Sykes going to win by count out earlier on this evening. What are you doing, Joey?
Such is the intensity of this rivalry. Hayes wants a decisive pinfall win to prove that NX are the better team. That's what he's doing.
Well, maybe that's the right attitude to have then.
Sabre's he's like dead weight.
This is probably a calculated move from Joey. He probably realises how much force he hit that teenage kick with that Zack Sabre Jr. cannot possibly fight back, but maybe it's a miscalculation.
Sabre is out on his feet, but he's on his knees. Hayes is going for the kick. Hayes is going for the kick once more. Sabre ducks. Sabre rolls. Arm breaker.
He's got him in the
middle of the ring.
No, he's in the middle this time.
Oh, no, it's not. No,
cover. This time, armbreaker, and tap.
Oh,
Sabre win.
He's tapped out. I don't believe it. He didn't quite get to the rope that time.
The winner of the match, as the result of a submission, Zack Sabre Jr.
Such is the pain that the cross arm breaker can inflict that as soon as Jerry Hayes was caught in it, he was not prepared to risk a broken arm and he tapped out.
Did Joey Hayes sacrifice defeat with a quick tap out in that match to live to fight another day, Dave? To live to fight another day when the leaders of the new school face Northern Exposure one more time in what could be a series-deciding tag team match? Because like you said it all along, the broken arm, you can't make a tag, can you, Dave? It can affect you in tag team wrestling. I reckon that's what Joey did.
It may be true. Regardless of what happened, this is a good result for a number of reasons. Not just because I respect Zack Sabre Jr., not just because I don't have much time for Joey Hayes, but because, as you say, that means the leaders and NX will go to a decider. And that decider, you've got to think, is going to happen February 13th at British Uproar.
My advice to Joey is, don't look back in anger, Joey. You're going to get that opportunity. One more time, you and CJ Banks at the leaders of the new school.
Real make or break moment in the match. Wait, Stone is there now. What's Stone doing? Stone, oh my God!
Oh.
My God! A powerbomb into a suplex by the Governor Martin Stone.
This man's just unstoppable.
Death Valley driver from Stone. Goes for the cover. No, he doesn't go for the cover. That's a crossface. Crossface on Midnight. Midnight is tapping. And Martin Stone is into the semi-finals. Tonight at Carpe Diem, he starts the night by becoming the first man into the Final Four. I don't know if anyone, Greg Lambert, can stop this man. This is getting a little bit tough to watch. Moving, but he doesn't know where he is.
Dave Rain's insane. It's plain. Look at this. Dave Rain out. Oh, no!
Oh, Moss is holding on. Oh, now, come on now. You could beat him at any time, Moss. For goodness sake, that's 2 German suplexes in a row. Moss still holding on with that waist lock. And a 3rd German suplex. Oh, my. Yeah, referee. I think the referee has to think about stopping this one. Well, he's got a count on. Moss is just screaming, obviously enjoying administering this beating.
Dave Rain could actually have a broken neck right now.
Oh, easily.
I think referee Mike Fitzgerald is counting him out, but I think he needs to be calling for medical attention personally.
The ref's up to 8. Rain's not getting up. He hasn't moved at all. There's 10 and Moss has won it. Dear God, Rain is at the very least concussed.
And now I'll make my prediction, Dave Bradshaw. I will predict who is going to be the ultimate survivor, the ultimate winner of the FWA World Title Tournament. It's Moss. Moss, right there, that man, that's the next FWA World Champion. What a display of dominance.
Yeah, a real tough bet to make, having just seen that. Johnny Moss. Unbelievable, and you know what this means?
Yeah, I was just thinking, who's Moss going to fight in the semi-finals?
It's going to be Moss and Martin Stone.
Oh.
Talk about a clash of 2 just unstoppable powerhouses, Stone and Moss.
Johnny Moss, congratulations on your victory over Dave Rain at Carpe Diem. You now go on to face Martin Stone at Hotwired. How do you feel?
For the past few years, all I've heard is Martin Stone this, Martin Stone that. But let me tell you, the hype ends now. Everybody all across the globe wants to know who's going to be the next person to defend the FWA title all across the world. Well, Martin Stone, I'm going to prove to you and everybody else why I am simply the best, not just in England, not even in Europe, but in the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event! It is a singles match, set for 1 fall. The man in charge of the action when the bell rings, Steve Lipsky. And the winner of this match will go on to face Andrew Simmons in the final of the FWA Heavyweight Championship Tournament. Introducing first,
Greg, I say this without exaggeration. In my almost 2 decades as a wrestling fan, I have never seen in my life a performance as dominant as the one we saw from Moss against Dave Drain in the quarter-finals at Carpe Diem. It was scary, absolutely petrifying what he did in that match.
Sorry, Bradshaw, did you say something? I'm absolutely transfixed by this man in the ring here, the vigilante Johnny Moss, your next FWA World Heavyweight Champion.
ladies and gentlemen, his opponents.
There are few men in this country who would be as high on the list of those fans as a candidate to be the first ever FWA World Heavyweight Champion, as this man, Martin Stone, is called the Governor for a very good reason. And if anybody on this planet can stop Moss, it may just be that man right there.
Martin Stone, Johnny Moss, FWA World Title semi-final. It does not get any better than this, Dave.
This is going to be absolutely fascinating. Both of these men are determined, absolutely driven. They are so convinced that they are going to be in the final at the expense of the other. Something has got to give when Martin Stone and Moss face off here.
Well, I've put my hat in the ring, Dave. I've predicted that Johnny Moss will emerge as the winner of the World Title Tournament. And not only that, you know I don't like Martin Stone. It's been very well publicised, the differences I've had with him in the past. Well,
Greg, the bell has rung here. These two, it's like they haven't even noticed. They're just continuing to stare each other down.
It's amazing. Look at this. Look at the expression on Moss's face. I think he's going to, seriously, I don't think he's just going to beat Martin Stone tonight. He is fired up to destroy Martin Stone.
Look at them go. Grapple, collar and elbow, tie up. Look at the intensity in the semi-final of the World Heavyweight Championship Tournament. They are rolling around, using up such energy early on. You know, I can't disagree with you, Greg. It's impossible to imagine Moss losing, but to me it's impossible to imagine Stone losing. I have no idea what's going to happen.
Stone, you know, he has catapulted himself to the very top of British wrestling in recent years. Wrestling the Great Muta, wrestling Mick Foley, defeating the ambassador of British wrestling, Doug Williams, when we came back at FWA New Frontiers. But has he met his match in Moss? I mean, you just got to look at the two men. Stone's in great shape, Moss is in better shape. Stone is a great striker. I believe Moss is a better striker. Stone has an impressive array of suplexes and submissions. I I believe, Dave Bradshaw, Johnny Moss is superior in that department. This is why, although Stone is a great wrestler, I think Johnny Moss is something special. The man's a beast.
Two just clashed again, and again, nothing gave. Both two men as strong as oxes.
Stone's confident now, I'll give him that. Look at that, he's actually daring Johnny Moss to try and shoulder block him again.
Lots of a knee to the midsection, took Stone by surprise.
You know, Stone, I've always said it, Alex Shane says it all the time, and I'll never believe it's more appropriate to say it now. Your biggest strength is your biggest weakness. Martin Stone's biggest strength is he has a huge ego. That's what makes him confident. He knows no fear. He's in there with this gargantuan beast, Johnny Moss, and he's daring him to shoulder block him off the ropes, even though Johnny Moss is so put together, so ripped. But then that confidence was also Martin Stone's biggest enemy, because he left himself wide open.
That is the first time right there that one of those shoulder blocks has had any effect. Stone taking Moss down, took him a while to recover from that quick knee to the gut, but eventually when he did, Stone has taken Moss down, and Moss, I think, has been taken by surprise. From the outside.
You know, Johnny Moss is from Cumbria. Cumbrian danger man, I like to call him, and his preparation for this match must have been affected by the horrendous floods there have been in Cumbria recently. You know, it must have been very difficult for Johnny Moss to get to the gym when he's having to move bridges with his bare hands. But look at him, he still managed to come into this in the most amazing shape. Probably the best shape of his life. He does actually move bridges with his bare hands, you know, this man. Seriously.
I could believe it. I could honestly believe it. When people say the word Cumbria at the moment, the first thing they think of is a force of nature, and that's exactly what this man is.
Well, we saw the footage of how he absolutely crushed Dave Rain. I don't think Dave Rain will ever be the same after what Johnny Moss did to him. German suplexing him 3 times, was it, Dave? On the back of his neck?
Oh, if not
multiple
more. I think it was 5 times. Moss with the choke.
And this is why tonight I believe we are seeing Martin Stone's funeral here tonight. Dave, I don't think this is just the end of Martin Stone's chance of winning the world title tournament. This is Martin Stone's death knell.
Is that why you're wearing a black tie? I've been meaning to ask why you came dressed like you... I don't know, it's come from a wake.
Well noticed, Dave. I am here as a mark of respect for the career of Martin Stone, which I believe is going to die here tonight.
You said that before.
Yeah, but he's never been in the ring with Moss before, has he? Look at Moss.
Moss, Russian leg sweep by Stone. Stone is the first cover of the match, and it's not going to be enough. Not by a long shot. Stone,
that's impressive.
Uppercut, he put Moss down. I'm not sure Moss has taken Stone down in the same way that Stone has Moss yet.
That massive ego we're talking about of Martin Stone, he never knows when he's beaten, and I think it just gives him that extra little something special in the ring. He shouldn't, really strictly speaking, he shouldn't be able to throw Johnny Moss around and uppercut him around like he's doing, but he just doesn't know any different, Martin Stone.
A really impressive snap suplex, got a 2 count. Drop the knee over the left forearm and another 2 count.
But these moves, though, which are normally effective, the type of moves that have been effective throughout the World Title Tournament on Lionheart and Johnny Midnight in his quarter-final win when he won that 3-way, they're not going to work as effectively on Johnny Moss because the man is so covered in muscle. He can absorb the impact of these stone blows.
Maybe not be able to absorb the impact of too many of those forearms to the side of the head. Stone is having to take this to another level to try and keep Moss down for any length of time.
Martin Stone was on Monday Night Raw recently with Ricky Hatton. I think he learnt a few things from him there, looking at the way he was laying in those right and left.
Got Moss in a difficult situation, in the middle of the ring, trying to stretch him backwards, but Moss so, as you say, so put together. If anyone could power out of this kind of leverage hold, perhaps Moss would be able to. Stone perhaps thinking of that, changes tactics and goes for the pin, gets 2.
Do you know something? I'm actually impressed, and I hate to say this, but I'm actually impressed with the variety of moves that Martin Stone is using. He's trying different things. One minute he goes for the submission hold, the next minute he tries the roll-up. One minute he'll punch him in the face, the next minute he'll whip him to the far side. He's trying everything in his locker to try and put Johnny Moss away early.
Oh, Moss going for that German suplex. Stone holding on for dear life. As he catches you in those repeated suplexes. Oh, he's caught him in here.
Oh, there you go.
Knee to the chest of Stone. Stone landed hard. He may have landed awkwardly on the back of his head.
I think the belly-to-belly overhead suplex did most of the damage, Dave.
Moss, I think he's seen, he's noticed what's gone on, and now he's trying to twist the neck. Maybe some damage was done to that. What on earth do you do if you're Martin Stone? You've just been dropped on your head, and then Johnny Moss is on top of you like this, standing over you. How intimidating. How scary is that?
Well, you could submit, Dave, but I don't think Martin Stone's going to because of that ego we keep talking about. And also the fact this is the World Title Tournament semi-final. You are one step away from a match with Andrew Simmons to become the world champion.
Well, let's not forget, it's not just to become the world champion. This will be the first ever world champion in the history of one of the most, if not the most, storied promotion in British wrestling, the FWA.
And you know something, Johnny Moss talking before about being the man who will defend that title all over the world. Those aren't just hollow words, you know, Dave. When Johnny Moss has done that before. He was the NWA heavyweight champion, one of the most prestigious titles of all time in wrestling, and he defended that all over the world, and he will do so again with the FWA title.
Stone popular around the globe as well, spent a lot of time wrestling in Germany, went over to the US to be trained by William Regal and Finlay, WWE stars of course.
He's won a lot of titles as Martin Stone, a lot of singles titles in British wrestling. He would like nothing better than to win this one. But at the moment, the Cumbrian danger man, the vigilante, is pouring on the punishment here in Nottingham.
I'm sure both of these men have a sense of history. Stone, I know, was another one of those guys who was a fan of the old FWA, was in the crowd on many of those iconic moments in the company's history as Moss hits 2, again goes to that hold. What does it mean? What kind of pressure does it put on you when you have the chance to be the first, and there can only be one first ever FWA World Champion?
I'm more concerned about the pressure that Johnny Moss is putting on Martin Stone's neck right there with that neck vice. Oh, beautifully placed legal stomach. It does it. It puts a lot of pressure on you, and when you're Martin Stone, you know, a lot of the wrestlers in the back, they see Martin Stone, especially after he beat Doug Williams, as something of a locker room leader. And when you've got that many wrestlers looking up to you, the weight of expectation is increased massively for Martin Stone.
Moss is going to the top. You don't see him do that very often. Maybe that's why he didn't look comfortable going. Perhaps thought he had to give it a little bit extra to beat Stone, and well, it's come back to haunt him. Stone has got Moss in a very dangerous position. This could be the turning point. This could be the moment that sends Martin Stone to the final. Superplex on Moss! Superplex on Moss! And he is writhing in pain. Stone, cover! He's got 2! Has he got 3? No, he hasn't.
Martin Stone is showing me something this evening. I cannot believe that he managed to superplex a man with the tree trunk thickness of Johnny Moss's legs off that top rope. Martin Stone is pulling out all the stops this evening at Hotwired.
Stone and Moss, both men back to their feet, standing in their corners. Moss charges, Stone, knee up, Stone on the middle rope. Stone with a missile drop kick. Again, not a customary move from Stone.
You know, I talked about all the areas where Johnny Moss had an advantage over Martin Stone, and Martin Stone has possibly found an area where he has an advantage over Moss. Speed and agility. Who'd have thought it from the governor? The bully boy.
Aerial ability.
I can't believe this.
Stone is pulling out all the stops in his attempt to beat this man mountain. Moss. The governor. Forearm again to the face.
Possibly fitness as well might be an area where Stone has an advantage over Moss. When you carry around that much muscle as Moss does, and you're used to beating your opponents quickly. Oh, with moves like that,
overhead.
It could be a disadvantage, but no, Moss still looks fresh.
Overhead belly to belly, and Moss is going for another one. What's he going for here? Just picks him up and drops him down like he weighed 10 pounds, not 250.
That was dismissive. That was psychological as well. That was important for Moss to show. Moss showing Stone who's boss.
Moss top rope, and Moss misses. He went for the headbutt.
What a match this is, Dave. Absolutely incredible stuff.
I'm still absolutely no closer to telling you who I think is going to win this match. Moss and Stone are down. Will we have a draw? If we have a draw, does that mean Simmons is the champion by default? What a horrific way to end the tournament that would be.
That would be destiny, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure he'd see it that way. Well, they're up. Thankfully, they're up. It's not going to finish like that. facing each other again facing off. Right arm by Moss. Stone with one of his own. Moss fights back. Stone fights back. The intensity is off the charts in Sport Nottingham at FWA Hotwired. This is the main event.
Moss has got the advantage though. He's rocking Stone with these blows.
Blow after blow from Stone and Moss. Neither man moving an inch. But now Moss has got Stone back into the corner with those chops. Sends him. Stone counters. Moss in the corner. And an avalanche from the governor. Stone to the ropes. And he went for a lariat.
Oh, devastating lariat that would have been too.
Paul Nelson drops him. Hooks the legs. Pinned by Stone. And 3-2.
A rolling Stone gathers no Moss. Who's going to be rolling out of the World Title Tournament? And who's going to be gathering that place in the final, Dave?
Could be Stone. Maybe going for that Death Valley driver. We saw him hit that in the quarterfinals. Should try and here. Yeah, a power bomb, a big power bomb. This has got to be it. It's got to be all. No, it's not. It's not. Moss once more gets out.
Can we make the world title final a three-way, Dave? Surely both deserve to be in the final after this.
No, absolutely. This crowd are they're transfixed by this. You just can't take your eyes off this main event. Moss and Stone. Knees to the head from Moss. Stone with a head to the gut. Spins him round. Drops him. DDT.
He was telling me about that move in the back. A brief conversation that we had. It was a very brief conversation. He told me, Lambert, you look out for this new move tonight and you make sure you call it. And that was it right there. I don't even know what you would call it though. I call it devastating.
Dropped Moss hard on his head with a DDT. Didn't go for the pin. I think you can see Moss was not even knocked out by that. Such is the strength of the neck muscles of Moss that even being dropped on his head didn't do enough. What has Martin Stone got to do to put away this monster and make it to the final of the tournament? Lariat! That's what he has to do! That's what he has to do! Stone with the cover! Stone with the cover, he's got him! He's got him! Lateral press! And no way! Oh, crossface!
He's in the crossface!
Turn round, ref! Turn round! Moss is in the crossface! Moss is in the crossface! And he's nowhere near the ropes! He'll have to tap! Stone is going to the final! Stone is going to the final! Moss, will he tap?
I don't think Johnny Moss has ever quit at anything in his life. And I don't think he's going to start now.
He's fighting. He's near the ropes.
His foot on the ropes, Dave. The foot was on the ropes. Come on, Linsky, call it.
Well, he has called it. And he's rolled. No, Stone has rolled through. The crossface applied. This has got to be it. This has got to be it.
This is where all those minutes, hours, days, years of training in the gym in Cumbria is going to pay dividends for Johnny Moss.
No
Look
way.
at the monstrous power of the man.
No way. Moss has stood up in the crossface. He had a 250-pound man on his back, and he stood up. Moss has gone to the ropes. And a lariat! Another lariat! This is it! Surely this is it!
No mortal man will kick out of this. What's it? Johnny Moss is not a mortal man!
What is it going to take? What is it going to take for Stone to beat Moss at Hotwired? This is unreal.
I'm sweating here, Dave. I need to have some water. This is just one of the greatest matches I've ever seen.
The crowd in Nottingham are begging Stone one more time, one more lariat, and if he does, he'll be in the final for sure.
Martin Stone has hit Johnny Moss with everything here in Nottingham.
Except one thing.
Hotwired,
Except one thing.
Oh yes, I forgot. The finisher. The move, the patented London Bridge.
Oh, but Moss has countered. He was trying to drop him on that DDT from the top rope. And what's going on here? No way. No way. Moss is trying to pull Stone out of the ring.
German suplex him into the crowd barrier, Dave. That would be the end. That would be insane.
Well, there wasn't enough room for both men to land. One of them at least would hit their head. And well, Moss has hit his head. He's hit his head hard on the ring apron, and both of these semi-finalists are down outside the ring.
I tell you what though, Dave, Johnny Moss had just about the presence to hook his arm across the middle rope, and I don't think Stone got that with total devastation there. He didn't get the move exactly the way he wanted it because Moss had enough to just about break his fall.
At the moment, neither man seems to be moving. Our referee is up to 5 on a possible 10 count, and again, if this was a 10 count, Simmons would be the champion.
Oh yes.
Moss has rolled in, and Stone has rolled
beat
in.
the count as well.
Only just.
This is incredible. What a match.
He's only just rolled in, but he has. Stone survives in this tournament by half a second.
Andy Simmons must be loving this though, Dave. Surely, what sort of state, or what is the winner of this match
Oh,
going to
no.
be in? Oh, what sort of state's the loser going to be in if it's Martin Stone? He's just been suplexed on his head.
This is what Moss did to Dave Brain. Knocked him out cold, sent him to the hospital. And a third one. Oh. Stone in some well, Moss isn't going for the pin. He wants a 10 count. He wants a knockout win like he got in the quarterfinals.
Who's going to stop Johnny Moss? Who's going to stop him, Dave? Possibly not Martin Stone, if he gets counted out right here and eliminated from the title tournament.
Well, he's standing up, no disrespect to Dave Brain, but Martin Stone is no Dave Brain. He's an entirely different proposition, and Stone gives the finger to Moss. Moss spits at him, and Moss again. Oh, Stone is holding on. Moss, with all his might, is trying to pull him for some more German suplexes.
Amazing resourcefulness by Martin Stone. I thought he was rubber-legged. I thought he was on his way out. But look at all these elbows, Dave.
Elbows to the head. How is Moss conscious after that assault to the skull?
Oh, there you go. He's got it again, though.
Not only is he conscious, but he's hitting more and more German suplexes. A second. That's the fifth in total. God, even Stone can't survive this. Stone, a sixth German suplex.
Martin Stone has fought his heart out here this evening in Sports Nottingham at FWA Hotwired. But at the end of the day, Johnny Moss, I said, is not a mortal man. He is not normal. He is a gargantuan beast from Cumbria, and he is your next world heavyweight champion.
You can see the toll this match has taken on Moss after those suplexes on Rain. He stood straight up, but not this time.
He's getting up again.
I
don't believe this.
Superhuman effort from Stone.
Where's he finding this energy?
How is he surviving this punishment? Oh no. Moss.
I don't believe
Stone
it.
slapped him. Stone still got something
look
left.
at the look on Moss's face. That just still give into action for a seventh German suplex.
7 German suplexes from Moss. Make that 8 German suplexes. Martin Stone has got to be out cold. He must be. That's 9 German suplexes.
Wait, hang on a second.
That's John Ryan. John Ryan. He's
security.
He's sitting in the front row all night.
Security, where are you, security?
Stone is out, and Moss was.
The referee's meant to be counting out Martin Stone. He's distracted by this bad boy of British wrestling. What is he doing?
Here comes security, and
Ryan. Why is John Ryan locking eyes with Johnny Moss? What is John Ryan's problem with Johnny Moss?
Ryan told FWA management he knew who the culprit was in that alleged assault backstage before last month's Battle Royal that cost Ryan his shot at the World Title Tournament. Clearly, Ryan thinks it was Moss.
Well, what evidence has he got? I'm an investigative journalist. I have no evidence. So why does John Ryan think that Johnny Moss did that?
I'm not going to go up and ask him.
Interrupting this great match and stopping Moss from winning by count-out. That's the world title there. Moss now needs to finish Stone off.
I'm not going within 100 yards of John Ryan to ask him anything while he's in that kind of mood, but Stone hasn't moved. If that count had gone on, Moss would have won it right there. But it's a matter of time.
It's surely still academic, though.
Oh, small package by Stone, 2-3. Stone wins.
Oh, I don't believe it.
Stone is going to the final. Stone has just pinned Johnny Moss. Moss is beside himself. He's just been pinned by a small package. We thought Martin Stone was out cold, but somehow, someway, the governor is going to the finals of the Heavyweight Championship tournament.
I don't blame Johnny Moss for being beside himself. That's ruined my prediction. The bad boy of British wrestling, John Ryan, a man I once managed, a man I once gave £10,000 to in the York Hall, Bethnal Green, for him to take people out, and vaulted the crowd barrier. No business being there. Distracted Johnny Moss, distracted Steve Linsky from making the 10 count. And it's a good job that I didn't put 10 grand on the result of this match, because John Ryan just cost me it by screwing Johnny Moss out of the world title tournament.
Well, the post-mortem will be for another day. John Ryan and Moss will surely knock heads in the future. But
The big story is in the middle of the ring. However it went down, Stone is in the final.
We have to see a rematch though, Dave. Stone and Moss, we have to see a rematch. But before then, we have the final, like you say. And that is Martin Stone, the Governor versus the all-time great Andy Simmons.
And there he is. There is Simmons. Look at Simmons. Simmons and Hyde are coming to confront the Governor.
This is tense. You're looking at the two men who will fight for a place in the history books on February the 13th in Broxbourne. Stone and Simmons for the World Heavyweight Championship. It's already starting. The bad blood between Simmons and Stone goes way, way back, but they have never in their lives fought in a match as important as they will in February. Look at this.
Dave Bradshaw, all roads lead to British Uproar, Broxbourne Civic Hall. Martin Stone versus Andy Simmons. Johnny Moss and John Bryan going to bump heads. The Storm Spud situation, I don't know what's going to go on. Stone and Simmons though, Stone and Simmons.
One of these two men will forever have their place in wrestling history. As you say, Greg, February 13th in Broxbourne Civic Hall, a champion will be crowned. History books will be rewritten, and there will be uproar.